Previously on the wild beyond the Witchlight. You guys had found yourself in the lovely little town of Downfall, home to the soggy court of the Bullywugs. You immediately met with some foppish guards that told you that their duty was to guard, and that's what they do. And really didn't get much use out of them other than them blathering on and being like, all right, well, don't cause any trouble. If you're going to look for somebody, go for it. And you begin to navigate the the town just with a Barry in tow, who's followed you to the town for some reason, who knows why. And immediately you decided to ignore the suggestion that you head north to go seek out the king that the people of the tower gave you, and you headed to the east, assuming them to be nothing but dirty, lying bullywugs, I guess. You headed east. You found a locked door that I think it was Catalin investigated, and she sort of knocked on it after everyone had moved past it, and got a reply from inside of whether or not she brought a note. She did not bring a note, but did make a friend that day, apparently, who told her to return with the note, and surely they would let you in. You beelined it, ignoring as much as humanly possible, to a man who was solemnly strumming his instrument beneath large mushrooms. Octavian Mellam. You found out from Octavian that it seemed like a pretty nonplussed individual. Didn't seem to care one way or the other. If anything, if he were to raise an alarm, it'd be a beige alert, probably. But he sat there, and you guys kind of asked him a little bit about what was going on about himself, and found out that Octavian had his heart stolen, quite literally, by Bavlorna, the mistress of this town of Downfall, the hag, as you know her to be. And his heart was replaced with the heart of a goat, apparently. Gave off a chilling aura in general. You thought he might be undead, but only one person truly knows his undead nature. I think it was Abigail, who rolled really, really low. And assumed that man was undead. But, yeah, you found out Octavian has no heart. Doesn't seem to care about anything one way or the other. Said he lost a love at some point, but he doesn't really know what love is anymore at this stage. And kind of tacitly agreed to get his heart back, but like no firm commitment on that one. It's just kind of like a thing on the quest board. You could get Octavian's heart back, should you decide. Meanwhile, you were taunted, specifically Oz was taunted, by several pixies inside of a tree. And then Abigail, wanting to help her friends, stepped up and was like, yeah, you know what, pixies, screw you. I could chop this tree down. And they're like, why don't you try? Abigail swung and hit the tree. Did absolutely no damage to it whatsoever. And then the tree sprang to life and began to attack. A bit of a peanut gallery of your other companions in the background as you and Oz got your ass whipped by a tree. But eventually, the tree was convinced that you were not there to kill it. I believe Catalin was trying very desperately to plead on your behalf in Druidic. But that was not before you murdered a pixie named Timpella, and the other pixies fled. You shot an arrow directly into the equivalent of Fly's chest, Um, it's their fault they're dead. Understood. You checked out the north and were like, yeah, this boat, I don't know about this. And you saw a crocodile across the way, so you decided to double back. Um, Eventually finding your way back towards the west, towards the tower. And you continued north after negotiating for some boats. But then someone realized that the water was just really fucking shallow. I think it was Kieran just kind of walked through the water that was extremely shallow because no one checked. Um, and made it to the other side. You met a couple of bullywugs that were working on a balloon that was damaged. It's kind of like the swamp gas balloon, and very deftly, as you kind of figured out, oh, there was some crazy attack that happened. Somebody lit fire to the balloon factory to the north, and a daring escape. But one of the perpetrators was caught, and the other two made it out. But as you were all leaving, Oz quietly and unnoticed made a bit of a slit in one of the ropes holding the balloon down to a point where, at some point, it's likely to fray and break the rope, releasing the balloon, perhaps. That is yet to resolve. You skipped up the stones. You met a creature known as Glebdur that Kieran stepped on the head of, apologized to, and it was content to let you on by. It was then that you found out from Barry that apparently there were marrow in the water that would have killed you. You don't know how he saw them, but apparently he did. You went over to the burned building that was the balloon factory, found Duke Icrind, who was terribly fraught with a situation of animated coals that were running around, and he was asking you to get buckets of water to throw them on, render them inert so he could collect the animated coals as they were trying to burn down the building. You destroyed 2 of the 6 coals in the fracas. One of them was picked up by Oz. The Duke really wished you to surrender it and not steal in the Hang's domain, but you chose to, just go ahead and take it. And everyone tried to take it from you, and in a maneuver ever so spiteful, you crushed it in your hand so that no one could have it.
No one's.
Exactly. You guys then met Clapperclaw, on the bridge of the heads, and kind of discussed with him about what he was all about. You found out apparently he had a different head at one point, and he had to put on this stupid gourd as a head because Agden Longscarf had stolen his actual head. So he requested if you could retrieve that, he would be more than happy to take you to thither from hither. So he offered to be as a guide. You revealed to him about the murder of Agden Longscarf. He became frightened of you. Barry didn't help in that regard because Barry just kind of tells it like it is and was like, yeah, killed him. That's what they told me. But he, after some conversation, kind of tacitly still kept the bargain open, so you might be able to recruit him as a guide later. Who knows? You then met with King Gullop, the 19th. Apparently some bad PR because people thought he was still on the 14th for some reason. As Oz went over that way to treat with him while you all were having discussions. Oz was greeted by the court of the king, who kind of brought him in close and let him know that he was real fucked and needed some help. And he presented to you a book, the Book of Bad Blood, which he told you that he was given it. It wasn't stolen. He didn't take it. Please go to Bavlorna and tell her that, he didn't steal it. Do him the solid, and he would help you with anything that you need in the Soggy Court. He's he's the king. He can make things happen. Just help the king out. Help a brother out. Which Oz didn't necessarily agree with, but took the book anyway. With like a yeah, I'll do that. Probably conspiring. You then stopped the interaction with the king in the Soggy court and decided to head back around towards the strange door after a individual had handed a note off to Oz very conspicuously, and Oz kind of outed him, and it turned into a whole kerfuffle. And but you ended up being able to leave with the note in tow, which reminded Catelyn of the note that was mentioned by the individuals over at the building that she heard from. You traveled back there. The doors you passed the note under. The doors opened, and you met Baron Muckstump, and began to engage in a bunch of bullywug politics that were completely meaningless to you. As he seemed to talk about the bullywug tax for being a bullywug, as well as various other issues, and how he was going to usurp the current king to become the new king, and then under his reign, now they would probably still keep all the previous tax revenue, but he would abolish the tax. So that's a good thing, probably. Who knows? But he was trying to conspire with you, a means to usurp the other king. You convinced him that somehow you would be helping him by going to Bavlorna to deliver the book and bring the current king under scrutiny and discredit them, like as a thief or something to those regards. Whether or not you actually intended to do this, it didn't matter, because the bullywug Illig Baron of Muckstomp was ready to believe anybody that was going to help him. So yeah, he said he would lie in wait at the king's court for the right opportunity to strike, whatever the hell that means. You then procured some boats to go to Bavlorna's cottage in the center of the swamp. You took the boats up, you ascended, and you found yourself entering through a trapdoor where you began the home invasion of Bavlorna. To just, who knows? You started poking around everywhere. There was a large pool, lily pad, some sort of mirror that when who was it? Catelyn who cast Detect Magic, I think.
Yep, it was me.
Yeah, Catelyn cast Detect Magic, sent something in the well, the lily pad, and the mirror itself, and kind of went into a little knickknacks room and found two things of interest to her. She found a horseshoe that she took, as well as a journal with the initials AB on them that had a lock placed upon them. She sort of just tucked them away for herself. And inside she also found what looked to be like a standing crook that would have held like a large bird's nest, or bird's cage, I should say. Meanwhile, we had Abigail inspecting the what is it called? Taxidermy room. And all sorts of broken plates, all these strange amalgamations of creatures up on the wall of various, like, cryptid-esque creations, like jackalope type things all over the room, and a weird, like, horse head that was on, like, a stick and had, like, a bunch of legs just creepily staring at the door. Went around to search for anything of interest, found a bunch of musty, moldy shit, a bunch of eyes, the corpse of a basilisk that was missing its eyes, and then rummaging through a desk that had a bunch of glass eyes, found a wooden eye that she then summarily pocketed to keep.
I didn't get borrowing.
Sure.
Yeah, Cat borrowed too. Did we have this discussion already?
Yeah, you guys took these things without permission, with the intent in your hearts to borrow them. Um,
I left my
Uh,
library card.
uh, you guys also investigated the well in the center. A gelatinous cylinder at that point, because it'd been in a well, popped out. Combat ensued. You guys destroyed it. And it looked like you fixed like a plumbing problem in this cottage. The well is back to proper use now that the ooze that made its residence there is dead. So thanks, I guess. Uh,
Rule of hospitality.
Mhm.
you did her a kindness by destroying that creature. Um,
That we
you investigate some other rooms, not finding much of interest, and decided, after looking around, to follow the stairs, the spiral stairs up. You entered into a hallway filled with various portraits of different individuals, a mirror on one of the walls, the one that Oz is currently next to, and a bickering argument broke out in this hallway between Abigail and Kieran that became so loud that suddenly the door from behind Abigail opened, and you found yourselves face to face with these beautiful eyes as the,
Super sexy.
Yeah.
though hunched but very large figured
Creepy.
hag, Bavlorna Blightstraw, stood before you.
The first thing Oz is gonna look for is a shadow.
Oh my god.
Does she
Alright.
have a shadow?
So
Too bad you're too
as
far away.
True. As the door is opened, you hear the voice go, well, well, what are you all doing here?
Abigail whips around and is like, "Oh my! Are you a hag?"
Well, clearly she's a hag.
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
Oh.
You must all be the intruders. Please, come in. And she walks away from you and gestures you into the room.
Okay.
I'm not going in first.
Oh.
I'm not going in first.
Are we not going in? Are we not going in, guys?
Oz goes in.
All right, we're going in.
Go ahead as you guys come into this room. Give me perception checks.
Who the heck is that?
That's part of the perception check.
Oh, and he fails miserably.
It's okay, Oz. We got perceptive
Oz-
people with us.
Give me one more perception check for something unrelated to just glancing around this room. I want one
Okay.
more from you.
From all of us?
No,
Just Oz.
Just us. Okay. I was
Perfect.
probably looking for a shadow.
Yes, this is shadow related. So, what you see in this room, it appears to be a tea room, almost. There's a time-worn armchair. There's a tall, lean woman of gray complexion, dressed in black, with a wide-brimmed hat that obscures her eyes.
The Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
I can go ahead and give you guys a little better view of her.
Mm. Nope, she was good far away. She's good far away. Thanks,
She
bye.
was good far away.
Get close.
Keep that at
A
distance.
butterface.
Yeah, I was gonna say Butterface.
20 feet. 20
But,
feet consent.
The room itself, as you guys glance around, is pretty filthy. There's dirty dishes, bits of discarded food that lie everywhere, and the furniture probably was of fine quality at one point, but is stained and has a strange mottle on the surface of the upholstery, and it looks like it's been patched like over and over again. Set with its back to a wall in the corner is a hulking wooden cabinet. Sturdy legs support the bottom of the cabinet, 6 inches above the floor. And you see what appears to be a decrepit wooden staircase that goes up to a third floor, which you guys saw from the outside. The other thing that you notice, to those who rolled 20s, so Catalin and Kieran, you see lurking in the shadows
A camel? Oh,
is a little shadowy cat.
Hi, kitty.
Oz. You also see these little creatures that are around, and they actually look like small, tiny versions of the woman the hag that is here.
Like a hag spawn.
Make Callan, you're from the Fae. I'll let you make either an Arcana or History check, one of those two.
Okay, they're both the same, so I'll do history.
You don't like hags. The way most of them reproduce is often by stealing children and then morphing them, like ingesting them and morphing them.
Oh.
Though there are other ways to do it outside of ingesting them. There's different ways to spawn them, different rituals and things like that. But a key thing is that they have to abduct children more or less to do it, because they can't make their own specifically. These little things don't look like, like the hag's children. They read to you as like altered fey creatures of some sort. All you recognize with the 16 is that they're pretty quick. Like they dart around, like jumping around like frogs quite quickly in the room. Oz, with the 10 perception check, you immediately glance around the room looking for shadows. And something disturbing or perhaps enheartening. You see that this woman sitting in this chair has no shadow to speak of.
Oh,
You found your soulmate.
good lady.
How you doing?
She looks in your direction and she gives a smile and goes, "Hello. Why, I'm Charm. Specifically, Charm is my name."
Sure.
Big white
The hag or
smile.
the witch? I missed that.
That's the witch.
Okay.
And the hag, who's again this large figure that sits down on this very large armchair that kind of like buckles under her weight, and her like knees for her long legs are up high, like because she's like squat down and the knees are up, and she just kind of gestures to Charm, and she goes, "Yes, this is Charm. She's visiting trinket seller. You might have seen her fine craft harbored to the northeast. She is visiting to sell things to the bullywugs." "Please, I've been too unkind. If you would all like tea, I'm willing to offer some, hospitable as I am."
You said this chair that she's sitting in is made of wood?
Yeah, it's like it's got like a wood base, but it's like upholstered type of thing, like a big armchair.
You said it's kind of giving between her weight. Abigail, being like, they make wooden stuff. She's looking at it. Do you need that chair fixed? I feel like that chair has seen some years.
She looks at you. Make a persuasion check. It's almost like one of those like creepy like odd like birds turning their head around, like
Oh,
craning
oh.
in an odd way to look
Good, we
back at
didn't
you.
need that. We didn't need that.
Nope.
I need
And
that. That's great.
it unsettles you to where your voice kind of quivers a bit as you suggest what you're saying, and she goes, perhaps bargains can be made, but please. And she gestures, and one of these little toad creatures kind of flips up really fast, grabs a cup of tea, comes over to you to offer you a cup of tea.
Oh, I take it. I don't have anything to give you back. I'm so
Your
sorry.
kind offer was enough of a kindness. Please enjoy.
Okay, Abigail takes the tea and sniffs it. She's like, "Ugh." It's dirty in here, and she's a bit of a. Well, they keep their area clean, so she sniffs the tea.
Do you, it's up to you. Do you want to do a medicine check on it? What are you trying to discern?
Making sure it's not poison.
Yeah,
There's
probably
no
a medicine check would be
Yeah.
the
no
best to try and discern if
fucking
something's a poison.
aliases.
It smells actually quite nice. And the cup seems clean.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't it's actually of the things that are in here, these are the cleanest. The teacups.
Okay. She drinks it. She
Mhm.
sips it. She goes, "Oh,
It's quite
pinky
good.
out."
And it's quite refreshing. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
This bitch.
You regain 2 hit points drinking the tea.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Oz wants some tea. He's like, give me.
Guys.
Can I have
Oh
some?
my god, this is
Maybe, please.
delicious tea. We normally don't drink tea. We
Of
normally drink
course,
black
of
coffee.
course.
But this is
She
delicious.
gestures to this little toad creature that like zips up, grabs a tea, kind of leaps over to you, Oz, and hands you one. This one leaps over here.
Thank you, tiny toad creature.
It gives you like the equivalent of like a lordly bow that only a toad could give you.
That is strangely charming.
And it darts over here. You go ahead, if you drink the tea, roll me a d4.
Yeah.
Alright, you regain 3 hit points.
Fantastic.
Now, I understand that you all charm, if you don't mind. She goes, oh, quite all right. You can excuse yourself. And she kind of stares at her. Well, and she kind of moves over to the door. Do you want me to leave, or no? Stand there. That's fine. Let someone else sit. Charm just awkwardly stands in the corner with a cup of tea on a little saucer.
She's like, "Oh, this is weird."
Please, if anyone would like to rest their weary feet, have a seat. I'm sure you all come here for a reason. And there's a
Abigail really does.
reason you're taking things. And her head cranes and looks back at Catalin.
Oh, I had just gotten this book because I thought that I might be able to talk to you about it because I'm really interested in books and talking about journals and stuff. And then I found this horseshoe and I was like, oh, maybe she likes horses. And like, I'm half horse, so I wanted to know the story behind both of these.
And you guys watch as in rapid movement, these little toads disappear, reappear with various chairs, and start setting them around the table for you. And what actually delivers a new chair for Charm over here.
Oh,
Like and these things are moving extremely fast. Like they're zipping all over the place.
Quite capable.
Yeah.
Kieran will walk up and next to Oz. He'd be like, Oz, the book, please.
He's like, oh yes, I do believe this belongs to you. Your haggliness.
the cat can't really sit in the chair, so she's just kind of, she's gonna pop her butt right there.
All right.
Just-
Yeah, you produce the book and you just hand it on over to her.
I explained to her that he understands that this was stolen from her by the king of the Bollywogs, that rat bastard.
Mm.
Yes, Kieran will help and jump in. He's very sorry that it was stolen, but he asked us to return it to you in good faith.
Now I would be remiss if I didn't ask. You said, and she looks to Oz, that he stole it.
Indeed.
Hmm. Make a deception check. Bullywugs. She says it with a disdainful tone. I appreciate the kindness in you returning it to me. And she offers a hand to retrieve the book.
Yeah, he gives it over.
She takes it. Well, one kindness already. And she places the book on the table. It was one of my favorite things to read.
Good.
What's it about?
I'm glad you have it back.
Bad blood.
I
But
love.
what's bad blood?
It's a sordid tale of siblings and a rivalry. You know, bad blood.
I love stories. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Can you return my property, child?
Absolutely. She puts it on the table. She's like, could you tell me about the horseshoe too? Because I just find it really interesting that you had a horseshoe here and wanted to know what's special about it.
Go ahead and make another persuasion check. You can't make one, I should say. Very well. And then you hear from behind, hey, am I going to get a chair? No. She glares at the hair and gun.
Why does she hate him?
Everybody hate him.
I mean,
Jeez.
fact, yeah, he's kind of a dick.
All right, I guess I'll just stand here. Sounds agreeable. He's not offered tea.
Get fucked, nerd.
But Bavlorna looks over to you, Catelyn, and she goes, the horseshoe is a bit of a trinket that was given to me by a friend. They were someone who truly loved horses.
Interesting. Does it have any
So-
special properties or any magic or?
Well, most of my baubles have a bit of magic to them. Yes. Makes
Well, thank
them
you for sharing.
easier to find.
I bet.
And you placed the book on there as well, correct?
Yeah, she put both of them on the table together.
Oh, that one was misplaced. And she gestures to one of the little toad creatures that quickly snaps it up, and then disappears upstairs. Well, you've done me a kindness of returning a book. Could I perhaps ask you an additional favor?
Oh, good lady, of course. And he kind of starts to humble himself.
She has this big, toothy smile, and she looks over to you. I've been having a trouble with the well downstairs. If you could do something about it, it's not putting out the waters.
Oh, we did
I
that already. We
did
fixed that.
We
Yeah.
got
Oh,
slime
good
in there.
lady, we have already cleared your
That-
well.
big gushy thing. Look at my hooves. Look at my hooves. Look what's
That
on my
slime
hooves. And she
didn't
shows her
abandon
hooves.
a bloody
Look at
chant
it.
against us.
So there was a creature in the well.
There
He
was.
made his home in there. Disgusting. Made me want to vomit.
That would explain why the bones were in there. And she strokes her chin.
Yes. The bones jiggled inside. It was
I
quite
wondered
hilarious.
why some of my guests had disappeared.
What?
Oh well.
He fed greedily on their corpses.
As is its nature of the spawn of Jubiliacs. And she just kind of like gives this heavy breath as she picks up a teacup and drinks and looks to Kieran as well as Catelyn and Lydia and goes,
What?
would you like some tea?
Oh no, thank you. I'm good though. I like the
well.
straight black coffee. That's my thing.
Can't you keep saying things and I know you'd be perfect in my sisterhood? Don't you always do that?
I don't want to be part of your sisterhood. That the whole Jeffrey worship thing's a little weird.
I'm telling you, you'd love Jeffrey.
No, centaurs have one mate and that's it. We don't have
I
this
could
whole
have
sister
one
wife
mate.
thing. Yeah, but then you got all those sisters.
I'll explain it to you sometime. It's fine.
No.
So you have many sister wives, you say, young girl?
Blasphemous.
Oh yes.
Then
Bahamut
where do you
you.
come from? I'm curious.
Oh, just a small forest right outside of Faerun.
Outside of the entirety of Faerun.
City, sorry. The right? It's just the city. Right outside the city.
Jeffrey has his own realm.
The entire continent,
No,
somewhere
sorry.
outside of it.
Right outside the city. There we go.
You see, they're a sovereign estate.
I see.
I can't think of the
Secessionist
city's name
movements,
now.
I understand.
A whole group of libertarians, let me tell you.
No, don't get me started on them.
I don't get it.
But she goes, interesting.
Oh, could I ask you about something? I
Mhm.
found an eyeball that was made out of wood, and I've made many things out of wood. I've never made an eyeball. I don't.
She goes, oh.
I put it on the table.
And that's very interesting indeed. I hadn't yet enchanted that one.
Oh yes. How? So is that how it works?
This is and she reaches out with her like kind of long fingers and picks it up between two and looks at it with a smile. A prize.
Somebody wore a wooden eyeball. You can get splinters from that.
And you see she hands it off to another one of the little toad creatures that grabs it and disappears upstairs.
That's terrifying.
Yes, they're quite fast. I enjoy having them around. No, it was a bit of a prank, we'll say, against one of my sisters. And she starts to like chuckle.
One of your sisters, you say?
Yes.
Could you tell us about your sisters?
What do you want to know about the wretches?
I heard you had a falling out, and I just don't understand that because I love my sisters dearly. I just don't understand.
Well, do your sisters steal from you?
Yes, mine definitely did.
No, not that I know of.
Well, let's just say my sisters stole from me.
That's
What'd
not
they
very
steal?
nice. What they
Who stole what?
Not important. And she kind of waves a hand. But that dear, is something I took. One of my little friends absconded with it from her little realm.
From who?
Scabatha. A name you recognize, Oz.
Yeah. Oz asks about Scabatha. He wants to know, like, why. Um, like, what is she about? Essentially, I don't know how to ask that.
Well, information can be given. You've all shown yourselves to be quite kind, and I'm willing to overlook transgressions incidentally made. I'm not the type like Zblina to punish without proper course. So, I have one other task need doing, if you're willing to make it a nice round 3 favors.
I feel like we're
If
doing
you
a lot
tell
of
me about
favors.
Scabatha, then
Kieran
yes.
will speak up and maybe like, perchance, what we expect in return for 3 kindnesses.
Well, my dear, item, well, specifically something you might find interesting. She points a long finger towards you. And other things, I have to barter many magical objects, many pieces of information. I myself am a diviner of some regards. My vision is far.
Bavlorna, ma'am, we have all lost something. Can you help us? It is our hope that you can help us regain what we have lost.
Assuredly, my good man.
If you are true to your words and you can help me find and get what I am looking for, what I am seeking, I will do what I can.
She'll look at you. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me. And her smile ever widens. My dear boy, I assure you of all people I can help.
Does he feel that the words are truthful?
Give me an insight check.
Can I clock charm while she's talking?
But
Yeah, give me a perception check if you'd like to keep tabs on charm. She's within your line of sight.
I thought you meant you were going to punch
she
her
runs
too.
up and pushes her in the head.
No, sorry.
Clock her. I was like, wait.
No, like clock, like what she's. Can I look at her?
Kieran, on a 6 insight, you don't find the manner in which she's been speaking to you has been very frank. Anytime that she's been not telling you something, it's not her lying to you, it's just her evading saying specific things. So you don't catch her evading telling you something. You instead have her just looking you in the eyes and telling you something, and it seems like she's being honest to you as far as you can tell. Abigail, you clock charm. Give me an insight check on charm.
wow, right in the kisser.
She takes 2 bludgeoning damage. She looks nervous. She is sitting in a chair right there, is not paying attention to you guys. That's the first thing you realize. She is watching the stairs where the little creatures have been running up and down. And she's just kind of nervously glancing in that direction and is trying to pay attention to it, but occasionally looks back in your direction to feign interest in the conversation.
Abigail, because she's rude as fuck, during that conversation would be like, "What's upstairs?"
She peers at you. Why do you ask?
Well, how do I put this nicely? I'm getting a vibe. I think the young kids say now. A vibe. Upstairs is not happening. It's not in the hippin' and hoppin'. Do I make sense?
I don't think the young kids talk like that.
It's fine. I hang out with orphans. They say it all the time.
Okay.
He's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to give Charm away because she's so nervous that I'm trying to, yeah.
Gosh, what would this be? Because you're trying to you're omitting information, so I'm going to call it a deception check.
Come on, 0 deception.
You feel the imposing presence of this creature kind of lock in on you, and you almost feel like you're shrinking in your seat for a moment as she stares. And she says, "What do you mean it's not hip happening?"
Well, let me Fey dictionary this. It's giving off a uncomfortable situation. From things,
She
people in the room.
gets up out of her chair. She goes, "You're so concerned, I guess I can look."
And I apologize for the inconvenience. I know it's not nice, but okay, you're leaving.
And you hear Charm go, "Oh, Lady Blightstraw, we don't need to head up there. I'm sure everything's fine. She seems a bit of a worry or what?" And Bavlorna's head turns to her, and she looks and goes, "Darkling, what are you hiding?" And steps towards her. And she looks really nervous. And you guys watch as
Oz, I think I fucked up. I think I messed up, sorry. Oz, I think I messed up.
You most certainly did, Abigail.
This is all going to happen quickly. What's about to happen? You watch as a shadow comes streaking down the stairs. Bavlorna reaches a hand out, grabs the shadow in her hand, and begins to squeeze it. And it just starts to writhe in her hand, and it disappears. And on the ground, a spool of thread clicks onto the ground, and she turns to Charm with fury in her eyes, and Charm turns into black smoke and is gone. Little thieves, says she picks up the spool of thread.
Abigail gets up. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Were you guys not friends?
Sneaking shadows, as she puts the thread spool away in a pocket.
Were they stealing from you?
I'm so sorry. I thought you were friends. That's why I didn't want to call her out.
It's all right, girl. We'll consider that favor number 3. And she sits back down and gestures. We can continue. Nothing taken, nothing lost.
Abigail like slowly sits back down, like so nervous.
You inadvertently foiled Charm's plot.
I thought like they were like me. I thought they were friends, so I'm like, how can I figure this out without like getting her? But fuck, that worked out, I guess.
And you watch as if you guys return to your seats or what have you, you watch as Bavlorna begins to scribe with her finger. You watch as she does some arcane glyphs in the air. Her eyes turn white for a moment. And then she goes, "Run as far as you want, Charm. I'll find you."
Oh, she ran away.
Was that the
Yeah.
third task?
No, but this is far more beneficial. As her eyes return back to clarity,
Abigail looks
she
at
won't
Kieran.
go anywhere without my notice. And now I know she's separated from her shadow.
Is that bad?
She smiles.
Was that
As
her
you-
shadow?
Oz, make an intelligence check for me. I'll give you advantage. Shadows are your thing.
Yeah, indeed. Intelligence. There it is. He's a smart dude.
This woman did not banish her demon. Clearly, she was colluding with it and managed to find a way to break herself from her shadow so that they could collude. She might be one of the most evil people you've ever met. Vile woman.
The witch or the hag?
The witch.
Okay.
Oz is
Um,
absolutely gleaming over this hag. She just destroyed a shadow right in front of him. He's like, Cat, you wanted to know how to kill a shadow? That's how you kill a shadow.
So you just put your hand out there and squeeze it?
You just
that's
grab
what
it by the neck and fucking just turn it to dust.
Well, what happens if it doesn't have a
Language
neck?
You have to do it when it's not attached to the body.
So you just put your hand out there and squeeze? There's got to be more
As
to it
hard
than
as
that.
you can, like you're strangling someone to death.
Oh, I've never strangled someone to death.
You should try it sometime. There's no time like the present.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay.
That cat that
Hmm.
Kieran spotted at the start, has it been doing anything?
It's just quietly laying there, just in the shadows.
Like, is it an actual cat or a shadow cat?
It looks like a actual cat, but it's just in the shadows.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Kieran likes cats. He's gonna go pet it.
Yeah, you go and you start to pet the cat, and she goes, "Oh, is little Gloam still here?"
The who?
No, it's one of my sister's cats, but I couldn't crush the poor little critter I do so love cats.
Me too. He continues petting them.
Which sister?
She has to think a moment. I believe it was. Let me just double check. Go on. Because this is actually something that may or may not be important. There it is. Make an animal handling check for me, by the way.
Kieran? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, it kind of like hisses at you a little bit when you go to pet it. And she'll just say, "Oh, that's Endelin's little cat."
her name?
Nope.
You've never heard the name Endolin before.
No, I meant this hag right here.
Bavlorna, yes.
It's
Okay.
Bavlorna.
Babylon.
That's what I
Yep.
had down. I just want to make sure that was on the...
But she said the name Endolin and Scabatha so far.
So far. I thought they only had 3.
I'm just saying those are the names you heard.
But
And
we've
then the
never
Darkling.
heard Indolin. We've only heard... Oz has only heard of Scabatha.
We've heard, yeah.
Yeah. And you've only heard of Bavlorna since you've come here.
Yes, okay.
And we know there's only 3 of them, so we know those are the 3 names of the hags. Since she has confirmed 2 sisters.
Yes.
Well, you've all done me a grand favor. So, let's talk, shall we?
We've all lost something, and we need help finding them.
Yes, you were at the Witchlight Carnival, I assume.
Yep.
Indeed.
You all look vaguely familiar, but, well,
How would you have seen us?
Oh, I can see many things, dear. As I said, divining is one of my purviews I'm quite proud of. I do
Watch it if you
enjoy
got it.
knowing what's going on, because all of the most interesting things happen in the present.
Oh my gosh! Is it your carnival then?
No.
Oh. That's
I
just weird that
believe
you say
it belongs currently to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. We've done business, but other than that, I do not own them.
So just out of curiosity, then, if you love the present, then do your sisters love the past and the future?
She gives a smile at you, and she will say, Endolin's always obsessed with her place in the future, how things will unfold. She constantly wants to know what will happen. Scabatha is a throwback, someone who's so lost in the past, it's pathetic. But you'll never know what the future holds or what the past was without keeping a firm grasp on where you are.
Surprisingly well grounded.
To that point, you should always live your life to the fullest. Do you not agree?
Oh, I agree
Color me
wholeheartedly.
surprised, but yes, definitely agree.
I agree, but my family, we were always taught that we learned a lot from our past, from our ancestors, which is why I need to find my amulet so badly.
Ghosts and corpses have to tell you, other than that they're dead?
They tell us the mistakes of our past, of our ancestors, and they guide us on how to not make those same mistakes. That's what my mom told me.
In towards you, Catalin, like she kind of pulls over the chair and leans over a bit, and she says to you, "Any mistake you make is made in the present, girl. Knowing that people failed in the past benefits you not at all, other than to know they were failures."
That's an interesting perspective. I'm definitely gonna add that to my my notes
Noted.
and my training. Noted.
You would do well to not waste your time on such things. And she waves a hand and then kind of returns to her position.
Catelyn breathes a bit. She's like, personal space. Okay.
Lydia puts a hand on your shoulder and goes, wow, you were really sweaty.
I know, right? I know, right? Can you see it in my undershirt? Like my pit sweat mixed with that? Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it smells.
Sorry. I left my Centaur deodorant. I actually don't have any.
That's all right.
Sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it for right now.
So, do you know anyone that would have these things that we're missing, or how to get them?
She kind of leans in and goes, indeed. All of the things lost in the Witchlight Audible come to us. And she smiles.
Your sisters and you.
Yes, but understand it's all part of a bargain, none of it's personal.
Well, who has what?
I couldn't tell you what my sisters might have. I can merely tell you what I have.
Oh, Abigail lights up.
No.
Which is?
Oh, sorry.
No, which is?
Well, something of great importance to this one. She points over at Kieran.
I look at Kieran.
Please tell me what happened to Alistair Blackwood.
And this uproarious laughter kind of shakes the chamber, and you watch as the lights in here kind of flicker dark for a moment, as it seems like the light is all about to die, but then they reignite back to full light. Dear boy, you are a mess. A shame what happened to you.
What?
Please. I must know.
Tell you what. My sisters have tried to steal many things from me. I believe this charm was another culprit looking to take things on their behalf. Potentially we can reach an accord and I can return what you've lost, dear lad.
Then what of the 3 kindnesses?
Well, they brought you to the bargaining table.
Fair enough.
After all, I've delivered kindness unto you, forgiving thefts and treating to tea.
Indeed.
Here, neither took tea nor did he steal anything. I have had no kindnesses toward me. Please, I must know. It is all I'm asking.
Well, perhaps you're willing to part with something then. Something of interest to me that could replace your precious lost brother.
What could possibly be a replacement for my brother?
Make an offer.
I have nothing. I am nothing. Not without Alistair Blackwood, not without my brother.
But what you were is something useful. A promise, then, a sacred vow under penalty of absolute punishment.
What do
that
you...
means death.
What? He ignores her. Of what do you speak? What was I?
Are you interested or not?
Yes. Please, anything.
She'll lean in and say to you, well, you could ruin one of my sister's good times. One of them has a unicorn's horn. A petty bauble, but one they value greatly. Promise me that you will deliver it to me, and I will return what you've lost.
From whom do I need to take?
That is something I'm not certain. One of them has it, though. I need only the promise, lad, and then once you've obtained it, you deliver it. If you fail, well, then you're mine.
Terrifying.
Do we have a deal? And she extends one of her hands in your direction.
Aaron's staring at the ground. He looks
It's
at...
more than a mere bauble, girl.
He looks at Abby. He's like, my brother is no mere trinket. And he shakes her hand.
You watch as... One moment. I'm going to change this up. You grasp the hand of this hag, and all of you in this room, again, the candles flicker, the room shakes, and in this moment, you see this creature as this massive, malevolent, 12-foot tall form looming over Kieran with a large grin on its face, and you see a spark of this green energy go across their hands. And as the lights flicker and turn green all themselves for a moment, she smiles. Very well. Bargain struck. Come with me. And she gets up and begins to head to the stairs.
Do you want me to follow her?
Yeah, she's beckoning you, Kieran. The rest of you enjoy the tea.
What?
Well, that wasn't creepy or anything.
Are we just gonna let him go with her by himself?
He went willingly. She didn't make him.
Kieran, as you step up the stairs here, you see. One second. What appears to be this bedroom. See a ball of light that bobs above the raptor is casting shadows all over the room, which is just messiness, rumpled, moldering rugs. There's food scraps, stacks of dirty dishes, tipped over clay pots with plants in them that have long since died. And there's a bed that occupies one corner of the room, a pile of straw in place of a mattress. And in the opposite corner stands a squat chest of drawers with a watering can resting atop it. The only other furnishing of note is a stocky wooden chest with a sturdy iron padlock sits in another corner of the room. As she kind of quickly leads you over here, and you see a little dead toadling that she just sees. And we're gonna swap back to the spooky music here. As she leads you up here, and you see a dead little toadling that she just picks up and swallows. And she leads you over to this large statue of a toad. And while she's taking you up there, what are the rest of you doing downstairs?
I'm worried. I'm like, I can't believe we're just letting him go alone with her. Is anyone else worried for him? And I'm like peeping up the stairs, just at the bottom of the stairs, just looking up.
I mean, I am, but I don't know. She could kill us easily.
Oz petting a cat.
Make an animal handling check.
She may be able to kill us, but five, and then I look at Barry. And a half against.
This cat loves you, Oz.
Yes.
And as you're petting it, it looks like it. Yeah, for now, yeah, it's just really into hanging around you. It's kind of going up against your armor and purring, but seems to like you quite a bit.
Oz gives it a little piece of his rations, like a little piece of dried meat or whatever would be in there that a cat would like.
It happily eats it.
Good kitty. Oz has thoughts of adopting a cat and continues to pet it and just kill time with the cat.
All right. What were you doing, Catelyn and Abigail, while you guys were conversing?
Sorry. Going upstairs. I just
Abigail wants to go upstairs, and Kat is like, "Oh hell no!"
She never said.
I'm gonna sit here.
Barry, you're a fucking coward. Sorry, you are a coward. You're just.
I'm tired. I was standing the whole time. My legs hurt. He sits down.
I don't think we should leave him up there alone.
Is there a door?
She never said for us not to come. She just said to enjoy the tea.
I think that was her way of telling us to stay down here.
I have enjoyed my
she was
tea.
being really polite about it, but she was basically saying, "Stay the fuck in the room. Leave us alone."
Language.
Barry reaches for a cup of tea. One of these little toads comes, slaps him in the hand, takes it, and then goes away. Yeah, assholes.
You fucking nerd.
Barry, language.
I hate this place.
Cat, I can't. In my soul, I just feel like this is not right. We should not leave him alone with a hag. We've heard horrible things about these ladies.
I don't know.
He already made a bargain with her. What worse can happen to him?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the green sparkly things? You saw that, right? Was I the only one who saw that? Like the lights change colors.
Everyone
and everything?
saw it. Yeah.
No, she's saying it out loud.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Then Abigail will be like, she'll stomp her foot and be like, "Then stay. just stay. I can't just in my thing. Let him do this alone. And I charge upstairs.
Oh God.
You go
Oh
to charge
God.
upstairs. Kieran, Bavlorna takes you to this large toad, and you see it's kind of like this bronze statue almost, about 4 or 5 feet tall. And its mouth is open, and inside of the mouth is a black void. And Bavlorna looks to you and says, "Reach in and think of what you lost."
He reaches in and begins thinking really hard about what he's lost.
You reach in and you pull out from it a little black journal with the initials AB on it and a little lock.
Wait, that's the journal that Kat took.
Yeah, but you
Yep,
never
gave
showed
it
it
back to her.
I gave it back to her, yeah.
She said she misplaced it.
Uh-huh. I'm like,
And she grins and says, "Funny how fate conspires."
I don't even
Don't
think
worry,
he
lad.
noticed. I don't even think he noticed Kat had it because he wasn't paying attention, and she never showed
Yeah,
anybody.
no.
but
yeah, never
Bavlorna
showed
knows,
anybody.
which is why she makes the comment. She's not necessarily saying anything you would care about, other than it's something she finds amusing. But she goes, "You need only open it, and you will get what you've lost." Abigail, you
Oh,
up the
shit.
stairs at this point.
They're not here.
And she begins to come around the corner. It's the sorry, yeah. As Kieran, if you want to linger, you may, but you can also follow with the book in hand.
He's like kind of, that walk you do when you're not really paying attention to your surroundings. You're just looking at what is interesting you. He's just slowly trudging along because he doesn't really feel like there's a reason to stay in here, but he's looking at it. Is it locked though?
It does have a lock on it. Are you trying to open it?
Yeah, he's trying to open it.
The lock just opens in your hands because you own it, and the cages open. As Bavlorna walks up to you, Abigail, I'm going to do another quick thing because what's about to happen happens very quickly for you, Kieran, but it's going to take a moment to explain. So we'll swap it back up to. We'll actually use his theme. I feel it's appropriate. Kieran Blackwood. You open this book. You feel at first maybe it was a lie, maybe you were tricked. You were given a book. How is a book going to tell you where your brother is? Or so you claim. That's what you seek. The book opens, and very quickly you remember who you were. Everything comes flooding back in a flash. The Blackwood estate, the investigation, the uncomfortable comfort that you met among the Blackwoods, and you realize now that something sinister was happening amongst the Blackwoods. And there was the Bright Spark, or the Brightstone family, somehow involved in what happened to Tabitha Brightstone. It all comes flooding back to you. And in this moment of shock, you know what you are. And you know why you're here. You went to the Witchlight. This truth is what was stolen from you. Your present taken from you forever, but now returned. You need only deliver what you promised, and it's yours forever. And we return back. That hits you. And in this moment, Bavlorna looks to you, Abigail, and goes, "Is something wrong, dear girl?"
Well, I was hoping not. Doesn't hurt to check. I'd already drank my tea.
You're wise. And she'll gesture down the stairs.
Abigail will go back downstairs, but after glancing at Kieran, can I insight him?
Insight and Kieran, if you would roll me a... I assume you're trying to hide the sudden burst of energy and information that you've gotten.
I don't think he would have noticed Abigail, so he's probably just stunned.
Taken aback?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me an insight, Abigail. Yeah, you just see Kieran looks slightly dazed for a moment, but he seems to regain his composure after a moment.
But he is reading a book, like, that's noticeable.
Yeah, he's got a book open. You recognize the book. It's the one that Catalin put on the table.
Abigail kind of just, like, cocks her head and looks at Bavlorna?
Bavlorna.
Bavlorna.
Bav.
Oh, sorry. Bavlorna. Here we go.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it when we're at the next sister.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Don't
The
fuck
city of
me up
Barcelona.
more.
Barcelona.
Bavlorna. And I go, yeah, Kieran, you coming? Nice book. I walk back downstairs. Well, if he answers, I guess.
He just does that hand gesture thing that rich people do, like go.
Away
Dismissing
from me,
hand wave.
Yeah, then I go back downstairs.
Leave me alone, peasant.
Kieran, go ahead. Because certain names came to your mind immediately, can you make me a quick history check from that flood of information that hit you? All right. It's your brain is jumbled right now. You'll have to take some time to really think upon this and begin to dissect what happens, because it immediately clashes with everything you presume to know to this point. But you guys all head back downstairs. As you come down, Bear goes, "Ugh!" And he jumps out of the chair and gets over in the corner. Lorna sits comfortably back down in her chair. Well, that was a good deal. Now remember, young Master Blackwood, you owe me a unicorn horn.
He's still reeling from the experience, so he just nods.
Catelyn, you spy immediately, passive perception, he's holding the book that you returned.
Hag just looks at him, she looks at the book, and then very slowly looks at the hag. Barbelona. She's like, really? Barbelona? She's like, really? Very good, very good, well played.
Maybe if you were more interested in the present, you would have noticed something.
Oh,
I think I could learn some things from you. You okay, Kieran? That's what Cat asks of him.
He's still shook, so he glances and nods.
I'll allow everyone else, aside from Abigail, who already rolled one, to roll an insight check on Kieran.
You're good.
I am also going to roll for Lydia. Excellent.
Me and I just don't care.
Not one.
At this point, Kieran, you're still reeling, correct? So you're not trying to hide anything.
Pretty much.
Lydia glances back at you. You see she makes eye contact with you for a second. Roll me another history check. For the briefest moment, there's something about her eyes that's familiar. Catalin, you pick up. Kieran looks dazed, a bit like disoriented, but when he looks at Lydia, there is a moment of recognition in his eyes, which is an odd thing for someone to suddenly have for someone they have been traveling with.
Lydia, is there something we need to know? Kat says really softly, just to Lydia.
She looks to you and goes, "What? What do you mean?"
He clearly knows you from something else. There's something there.
There's some
She'll turn and look at Kieran and stare at you, Kieran.
Very unsettling.
And then she goes, "I don't know why he's looking at me like that."
The fog.
Cat's gonna.
I'll say the fog overtakes me after that brief moment, and he just kind of shakes his head and purses his eyes real quick.
Kat is inciting Lydia.
Go for it.
She did.
Okay.
11. Big numbers.
Anyone else who'd like to insight me as well. But Catalin, you look to Lydia, who says that in her normal Lydia manner. That's just how she talks. You don't read anything deceptive about what she's saying. She seems genuinely confused, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Abigail, because you're kind of observing this from the other end, so you got a little bit of a better bead on Lydia. She does seem genuinely confused as to why she's being looked at in such a way. And she seems annoyed, angry, a mix of emotions. Jeez. But confusion is among them. She doesn't like the way she's being stared at. She was being stared at for a moment.
She's like, "Please fuck off."
Abigail
that kind of vibe.
Come up when she kind of sees her emotions changing from confused to angry, step up and be like, "Well, I think a lot has happened here. I'm not sure. All I know is I rushed up and they were walking out and Kieran is weird and maybe we should get on and calm down, Lydia."
I'll say a persuasion check.
Yeah, we'll figure this all out. We'll figure it out.
You see that her brow kind of relaxes, and she goes, "You're right. It's just yeah, he must have learned something crazy."
I agree, and we'll let him stir and we'll move on.
You also observe in the background the Bavlorna with a cup of tea with the huge smile on her face, observing you all speak.
Because she knows,
Also,
right?
Oz is playing with a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Just
has
to
to stop
clarify
petting this
something,
cat.
did I actually get back what I lost, or did I get back the knowledge of what I lost specifically?
You got back what you lost.
Okay.
Yes. But the knowledge comes with that.
Cool.
And
I just wanted to make sure because it was kind of a gray area with how I did my shit.
Yeah. No, everything, you are what you once were, is what I'll say.
Okay.
are we even now? Are we able to ask for another favor?
Well, he merely made a deal. If you're looking for other things, I'm more than happy to shake some hands.
Before anyone else does anything, I think Kieran is kind of slightly hyperventilating right now. So he steps outside.
Well,
He'll need a while to adjust, don't worry.
Oz is like, I need to know more about Scabatha. I think she has what I lost.
Do you?
I do.
A curiosity.
And that
Why
is,
do you think that?
call it a little bird told me. Or a little frog, if you will.
So you want to know about Scabatha, do you?
Do!
What can you offer in trade?
What do you need?
What do I need? And she'll kind of run her long, lanky fingers across her gross chin again as she thinks.
Her disgusting turkey neck.
Yeah. You're the little sneak thief that tried to take the coals, aren't you?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm very impulsive. It was nothing personal.
Make a persuasion check, I'll say. She smiles. A man with no shadow, whose shadows follow him everywhere. Very, very impulsive you are.
No, but really, they are everywhere.
They are indeed. Indeed. Tell you what. How about you kill someone for me? An agreement to kill. And I'll tell you about my dear sister Scabatha.
Who are you thinking you need dead?
Abigail starts walking in front of Barry.
Oh, just give him a reason.
No one touches my Barry.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, it's not Barry.
Barry.
Barry's an innocent.
Is he though?
The Darkling Charm. The one who conspires with demons.
The shadow.
Why don't you kill her for me?
With gusto.
She will offer her hand out once again. I'm just writing some deals down.
Oz daps her up.
Oh my god. Oz, that's so mid.
Out from the hallway, you hear Kieran shout, "No cap!"
For real, for real.
Unintended. Pun intended.
So great.
All right. So you agreed to kill Charm for Bavlorna. She shakes your hand. And I will tell you a vast amount of information about Scabatha Nightshade. This is stuff that you look into her eyes as you shake her hand, and you get flooded personally with this knowledge. She doesn't speak it aloud; it just enters your mind. You learn the following things about Scabatha Nightshade. You learn that she is forgetful. The first creature that Scabatha sees after she finishes a long rest is invisible to her. She can't remember seeing the creature or perceiving it using her true sight, which she has, until the end of her next long rest. So if you're the first thing she sees in the morning, she'll never perceive you for a day.
Beautiful.
You also know that she is a spellcaster of sorts who can cast various spells, including the ability to speak to plants, animals, a lot of druidic magic. She can polymorph people. She can awaken things. And she has the ability to plane shift. I hope you're writing this down.
I am.
We'll have to check the VOD later.
Indeed, I am.
You also learn that she owns a flying rocking horse that she uses in lieu of a broom.
The horse.
She has a key in her back that is a tell for her emotions.
I'm sorry, what was the last one? A key that is a tell for her emotions?
For her emotions. There's a key in her back that betrays her the way she speaks and shows her true emotions.
Okay.
So the key to knowing what she's talking about is watching the key. You also learn that she portrays herself as a kindly old grandmother. She loves toys, and she abducts many, many children.
Oh no.
Oh, she's got a lot of kids.
You also know she has a strong hatred for her sisters. But yeah, that's what you learn about her.
Oh man, I think that was a good deal.
Forgetful. She's a caster.
Gosh,
I mean, abducts children. You gotta kill her. Yeah.
Owns a
we gotta
flying
kill her. I
Gotta
mean,
kill
yeah.
her.
One other thing you do also know about her is she has the ability to alter her size.
Oh no,
So
so
she
she
can-
can be a fucking toy. Ugh.
Yes.
Or giant.
So you get the
Or a giant,
immediate,
yeah.
someone who loves toys, whose place is probably riddled with them, with the ability to become quite small.
So he'll just be swinging at every single toy he sees. He's just like, ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha!
She's gonna be a freaking Lego, a piece of Lego, and you're gonna.
Yeah, you guys
step
are gonna,
on it.
you're gonna step on it and be
And
like,
break
"Ow!"
her
And she's
foot.
like, "Gotcha, bitch!"
The Lego, way worse than
One,
Goddamn Lego.
one piercing damage, and she disappears. You're like, "Fuck her."
Literally the spec.
way worse than
Exactly.
the spec.
That's way
I'm trying to
worse
see if
than
there's
that.
any other useful information for the bargain. Yeah, without like straight up telling you her stats. That's the information you get.
Okay, what if I roll a nat 20?
Oz is visibly furious as he learns that she likes to take children. And
Do you
yeah.
relay this to us, or are you keeping it to
You-
yourself for now?
At the moment, he is keeping it to himself because he cannot speak.
Okay. Well,
Very good.
you do that.
One thing you also learn about Scabbeth the Nightshade. Bavlorna wasn't being honest. She knows who has what. You learn that Scabbeth the Nightshade has your amulet, as well as Catalin's.
What?
Damn.
Oh, great.
Does he share this with Catalin?
He will like later. He's just like really like
Okay.
shaking. He's like similar thing. It's quite an experience.
Anyone else require anything I might provide? Today's been a lucrative day.
Abigail steps forward.
Yes, my dear.
And she's like kind of like fiddling with her fingers, like looking down, not looking her in the eyes. I've been informed that you stole someone's heart.
Is someone so enthralled with me?
You know that's not what I mean.
Do I?
Abigail looks up. Yes, you're a very smart woman.
What business is it of yours?
I don't want to make a big fuss about it. Like, I'm not willing to go and sell my soul or anything. But I feel like if there's something that I could do to get that man's heart back so he can feel again and not be so cold, I might take you up on it.
He looks at you. You want him to not be cold.
I want him to have his heart back. I think it's his heart and he should have it in his body.
Are you willing to be cold?
Well,
Abigail.
no, because I like the sun and like being outside, and if I'm cold, I won't be inside in front of a fire. So, no?
Then what do you have to offer?
She can cut down trees really good.
I can. I'm really good at that. I have this scarf. It's basically useless now. I accidentally snapped a big old rabbit's head. I knew it was going to happen. I'm not going to lie anymore. It gives me the heavy hives.
He looks at the scarf and says, "Only if you allow me to take it off of you."
So you want to break my neck?
Make an insight check.
That's what I'm understanding. Oh, fuck it. It was on a 19. Fuck off.
Something about taking the scarf off of you to her is amusing. You don't know what.
Do you like to undress people?
It's amusing.
Yeah. For your safety, I'll allow other people to make insight checks.
I feel like you like to undress people. That's kind of perverted. And
I didn't roll very high for you.
And Jeffrey wouldn't like another person undressing me. It's his thing.
I'm gonna roll this. Not that she would ever tell you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Also with the 10, I'll say you pick up that it's probably not good if she takes it off.
Oh, I'm not letting her take it off. Because the way that she said it was like she's gonna snap my neck like I did.
Right as they're talking about that, Oz like just unleashes everything he just learned, and like just in like an explosion of like panic and awkwardness, it like relays everything that went into his head from Bavlorna.
Oh my god!
Wait, you know where my amulet is?
Yeah. He's just like Scabbeth. He just like repeats Scabbeth's name over and over again.
Your sister kills innocent children?
She has my amulet? No, that's Charm. Charm kills innocent children.
Scabbeth collects them.
That's kidnapping.
I guess your group of friends would know all about that young girl.
I wasn't kidnapped. My parents were dead. I was taken in. It's totally different. Cat, it's different, right? Lydia? It's different.
Who killed your parents?
I told you those names, damn goblins. Oh my god, you made me cuss. I'm so sorry. Tear, please forgive me.
That's all right. Tear's eyes don't reach this place, nor do his ears. But anyone else wish to make a bargain? If you don't have anything to give, I'm afraid the heart is off the table.
Well, I thought I would ask.
Fair enough. Never hurts to ask.
No, I don't. Now that I know that Scabatha has my amulet, I'm not giving you nothing. But thank you for the offer.
What would
Goes back
happen?
to
Is there nothing else that you want? I have many things to offer.
I want my squirrel back. But that's it. I want to go home.
I could get you home. I could bring you a squirrel here if you wanted.
Is he gonna be alive? I mean, I feel like these bargains are kind of like, a little sketchy, and like if I would want him like 100% non-harmed, my squirrel, like who he is.
I can assure his safe arrival.
Yeah, but that's not saying he's alive. Like he could safely arrive his corpse.
Oh, you quibble too much about technicalities. I'm no devil.
Are you not? You're a hag, though. And I learned in the I'm from the Feywild. And not everything as bad as it seems. You gotta be careful.
Well, you can stipulate if you like, alive and brought to you safely.
What would I have to do in return?
What do you have to offer?
I've got some good berries, some rations.
Give me all of your good berries, and I'll bring him here.
She can conjure some up right now.
Yeah.
She conjures up some good berries, and then she says, I would like so far to be here alive, fully intact, unharmed, 100% himself.
You giggle at fully intact.
She reaches her hand out to shake your hand, as you've seen a handshake is required.
Cat, does the slow reach out with her hand. And she takes a big breath, and then she puts her fingers on top of the hag. She's like, ugh.
Are good berries a spell
You-
slot?
You
Yeah.
grasp her hand and shake. Your little squirrel appears on your shoulder. So far, completely fine. But your little squirrel companion is there with you. You forever lose the ability to cast the Goodberry spell.
That's fine. I think I only used it once.
What? No, that's such a good spell. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's a good spell. Oh, man, I really want some good berries.
Well,
So
it is
far
what
as
it
they're
is.
with you, I'm just going to note this.
One's already been done. That's
With
nice.
her ability to cast Goodberry so far. Cool.
Well,
Just
guys.
making notes of these bargains. And yeah, a little so far is there. Make an animal handling check. You have advantage because he's your little buddy. It's not a high DC because he's panicking.
He's like, what the fuck?
Alright. Can roll again if you'd like to see if you roll higher.
Oh, you said advantage, sorry.
Yeah. I promised advantage, I will give it.
You did.
Very good. So far, immediately calms down, realizing that you guys are back in the Feywild. You're just in a hag's hut, which was extremely alarming. But things seem to be going okay in here. No one's dead. No one's being torn open. There's a strange tiefling playing with a cat.
This is an incredibly reasonable hag.
A creepy lady standing next to you. And then there's also Lydia standing next to you.
Who is also a creepy lady.
Which
It's
is,
okay, buddy. I know there's a lot going on right now, but we're gonna talk about everything that's going on. You just kind of stay in my satchel right here, and we'll talk when all this gets settled.
He gives you a little salute and he scrolls himself away. But you have so far with you.
Yay.
She looks around. She goes, so far, so good. Anyone else?
I just have a question.
As she casts the Goodberry spell and eats one.
Oh my gosh. She has a spell.
You've given her the spell.
That is so funny.
Now, mechanically speaking, does she lose that spell slot or just the ability to load up that spell?
Do you mean
like
just the ability to use the spell? Like it's
so
out of her
like-
spell
Yeah,
list.
So
like
she
I
can
can
still
add on a
have-
new spell.
So she can still have.
Yes,
still
it
have
didn't
another
like
spell.
it didn't make it so she can't use other spells. It just made it so she cannot use Goodberry.
Use that one. Yeah.
But it was an innocuous request to bring a squirrel, so it
Mhm.
wasn't a huge price. It was just kind of a shitty, haha, fuck you deal. And she eats the Goodberry. It goes, these will be excellent with tea.
Make some awesome pies with that.
Yeah, so I can later on replace that spell slot with
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
Once you guys
That's
take a
what's right.
long rest, you'll be able
Yeah,
to swap
yeah.
in a different spell. Yeah.
I just had a question. Like, and maybe I would be asked in character, but like if one of the hags dies, does that affect them?
I mean, is Abigail thinking about this, or?
Yeah, like, cause she's
Give me
upset
an
about the kidnapping thing, cause she's so fond of orphans, and then what happened to her. So she's like,
Give me an Arcana check.
She did just ask us to kill her sister, so probably.
Was it? She asked her to kill him? I thought she just asked.
No,
No, she asked
that was for
to kill
charm.
Charm.
Fuck with her.
Yeah.
Oh, charm. Never mind.
Yeah.
She wants you to steal a unicorn horn from one of the sisters and kill Charm, who's an agent of one of the sisters. But she hasn't said anything specifically about not to harm her sisters or anything like that.
They do hate each
Could
other.
I just ask her then? Like,
With your Arcana check, real quick, 5, you have no idea. You know, you've only heard certain things about the Feywild in general, and experiencing a creature like this for the first time is off-putting, and you're not sure what to make of them.
which is why I was iffy to even ask her. That's but I am curious. So what would happen if your sister perished? Would you be okay?
She plucks another one of the good berries she conjured and puts it in her mouth, and then looks over to you and goes, "If you think you could kill one."
Okay, so you wouldn't be upset if it happened.
Oh, I wouldn't be too happy about it.
Would you come after those who did something? Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
If they begged me to help them, maybe. She eats another good berry.
Okay, but if she just perished and we didn't get any help from you, then we'd be good.
Like I
We'd
said,
be dandy.
good luck.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that if something happens, that my friend wouldn't be messing things up, and then we'd have two hags coming at us at once. Because I've heard that hags are tough, so
What?
I don't want my friend to get
Shut
messed
your
up.
mouth.
Cool. That's all I want to know. Let's start walking out. I'm up here.
Start walking out. Say
Thank
bye.
you for the tea.
You're quite welcome. All right. There is currently Oz, Lydia, and Catelyn, as well as Barry, who's like, yeah, I got yeah. Yep. Time to go. Barry. And before he reaches the door, he stops and freezes. Do tell your friends I said hello. Yeah. Sure, Bath. Gotta go.
They're all dead.
Um, that's the joke.
Yeah.
She knows they're dead.
Oh no! You let me alone.
Yeah, he comes out like looking down at the ground, like.
Barry's gonna throw
reminding
himself
me.
off a cliff.
Oh,
Barry.
poor kid.
No.
As
Barry
as
is a
Barry
mercurial
and
being.
Abigail pass Kieran, he's just been kind of sitting there with his face in his hands, just kind of processing everything. He glances back over at Lydia to try and understand why he almost sort of recognized those eyes.
I'm gonna say you can, if you'd like, make another history check. The DC will be higher than it previously was.
Can I insight that coming out to see if I notice?
What's your passive insight?
Is that 11?
Is Kieran going to would you like to make the history check?
Oh yeah, he's just looking back over there. So history, you said?
Yep. So it's up to you how you react on your face, whether this would be apparent or not to Abigail, who's just kind of walking by. But you look back there, you think harder about it. You've definitely met this woman before. And I mean before. You're not sure exactly where as of yet, because your thoughts are still pretty muddled.
When you say
But
before, do you mean before? Before?
Before coming to the
The
Witchlight
Blackwoods?
Carnival
Before coming. Okay.
Before,
second time.
Before.
Kieran's
Or
got a
before?
fucking story that I want to know.
You can't.
it would have been during like your mind. It was sometime during your time with the Blackwoods.
Okay.
That's all you can recall immediately. Like it comes from that part of your history.
I wrote a doozy, guys.
I am so interested
I love
in
it.
Kieran's story. Like, I just need to know everything.
Give
Uh,
me
wait.
more.
I love it. It's great.
I'm gonna start
But you
rolling
do
insights.
you do recognize the eyes. You wish you could see her whole face though.
I'll say that he was kind of just doing that, squinty thing when he glanced back at her, and then kind of just eyes widened when he pops into his head. But when she seems familiar from.
Then I would just ask if you were okay. Is everything okay, Kieran?
Without looking at her, he puts his hand back onto her shoulder, and then he turns around his head slowly, and he's just like, "Yeah, why?"
Your face. You're like a
What about
dark
his
night.
face?
And I want you, when he says, "Yeah, why?" It's not in his usual cadence of speaking. Like he's, "Oh, bullfight." He
Yeah.
doesn't sound rich. He says, "Yeah, why?"
Where'd your accent go?
He corrects himself. What do you mean?
Are you
Come on, let's go. We've
okay?
got what we got. I got what I came for. Let's go. I know where my brother is.
I look at Barry, I go, that was weird, right?
What? All you guys are weird.
Okay. But that was weirder than usual.
Huh?
Barry, Barry,
he's
Barry, if I'm gonna
he's
keep
going to you.
protecting your hairy butthole, I need you to be perceptive.
He's
Okay?
squinting.
Oh.
Very butthole.
Oh, you're protecting me?
Yeah, did you not notice that Oz and Lydia are literally out to get you?
I mean, Oz could hit the bright side of a bard, so.
You believe that, but I've seen him miss. And
Does
things,
Oz hear
so-
that?
Oh, you're
We're
still
in the
playing
other
with a cat
room.
in the other room.
Okay,
He's
okay.
forever playing with
know-
a cat.
I didn't know how loud they were being.
But around this time, while this conversation's going on, Oz, are you about to leave? And Cat as well.
Cat, yeah.
Reluctantly, Oz leaves while trying to gesture the cat over to follow him.
It just follows you without you gesturing. Goes meow.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I
You
think
rolled a
you have
nat
a
20.
friend.
This little guy likes you.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I'm going to go into Gloam's token here and give you control.
Yes.
So fuzzy.
Give me that kitty.
It's like a phase kitty.
I fucking love cats.
It's like a shadow cat. It's perfect for Oz.
It's literally. I mean, he's not like a shadow. He's just kind of like a mascot shadow.
Yeah.
Mascot shadow.
His name should be Shadow.
All right. See if you can move
Looks
this
like-
token now.
Looks like you have a shadow.
Gloom. I can indeed.
All right. Gloam will follow you.
All right, cool.
So you have control.
Nice. Very nice.
And with the natural 20, it seems like it understands common. So you
cool.
feel like you could say things to it, like issue it commands, and it may or may not do them. Kind of like a little familiar.
Oz gestures him to jump up on his shoulder.
He just whoop, right up
Yeah.
onto your shoulder.
Yep. That's how we're rolling around.
Oh, and just so you know, again, his name is Gloam.
Good old Gloam.
Oh, Glomito.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Yeah,
As
Oh
you
my
another
gosh.
another cat companion for one of your parties.
I
Oh,
love
good
it.
lord.
He knows the way to our heart.
Gloam is an actual cat, right? He's not like
yeah, it's
being
like you were
together.
you were playing with it. It's an actual cat. It just kind of shifts
Yeah.
around in a weird way. Like it's a little fey creature, but it
Okay.
is like a feline fey creature.
Okay. So
You have you make an Arcana check for me. Actually,
I was gonna say he has some magical properties to him. It sounds like.
He's a hag's cat.
Nat 20.
Jesus.
This cat is a familiar. It is legitimately one of these hag's familiars. But it likes you so much because of your nat 20. You have a feeling that it will follow you around and act like as the familiar would.
Nice.
You also know that this cat has. Let me double check his stats here. You know that if he were to be destroyed, he can create a little puff of dust smoke that can cause people to sneeze and choke.
Okay.
Fucking awesome.
Right.
And
Glomito, go
And-
make Barry sneeze.
you'd have to be reduced. It's when he is destroyed, but then he can come back.
Oh,
so he's
okay,
essentially like a familiar.
Gotcha. Okay.
But for the time being, you can also use like the ability to see through Gloam's eyes,
Oh, that's
as if he
dope.
were your familiar.
That's dope.
That's cool as fuck. All right, Glomito,
Hmm?
let's go.
Oh, jeez.
I believe in hardly the Brennan Lee Mulligan rule of honoring those nat 20s.
Fuck yeah, I love it. Thank you. I truly love having pets in D&D. It's one of my favorite aspects.
And yeah, just like it is a familiar, so even if it's destroyed like Perito and all that, it just
Of
you can
course,
bamf it back.
those are pet rules that you explained while we were doing Avernus.
Yeah,
Kieran hates cats.
Hey.
I thought he said he liked them
He loves
earlier.
cats.
But as you guys
That was
are
before Kieran. This is now
Gotcha.
Kieran.
This is
This
now.
is-
I get it.
this
we're
is-
living in the
me
present.
now.
I'm just an asshole.
He's not a rich asshole. He's just a normal asshole.
But as you guys are leaving the cottage, Bavlorna goes, "Well, if you ever need anything else, my dears, please stop on by."
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
I think.
I already said thanks for it too.
Thank you for hospitality.
Thank you for all of the wondrous things.
Oh, maybe
She
that's
eats
why
another
she
good
didn't
berry.
slit her throat.
Yeah, enjoy the good berries.
All right. So you guys will leave now. I gotta add Gloam to the pack here.
On the way
Good
down
old
the stairs, I do inform Barry of all of the things that. Oh no, never mind. I don't know what Oz has killed. Never mind. You're right. Oz isn't very strong. That's crazy.
You've seen Oz help kill things.
Help,
though. You've
yes,
seen him.
but I've never seen you actually kill anything because everything you
We've
kill
mostly
fails.
seen you get beat the shit out of.
Of course, he is a divine paladin. Why would he kill people?
All right.
Mhm.
You've never seen him kill people. Why? Of course, because he's a paladin. Like literally. Like
I
what?
think
What's
you're
his-
good
they
against
have-
Oz. He doesn't like killing people.
There's oaths that people swear.
Yeah.
Here, this crew, and put the new crew down here. Ba-doop, boop, boop. You're over the side, but I'm not going to readjust you. But you guys are back down currently. You would be coming down here to where you have your little boat below the
All right.
cottage. Hold on, I'm just gonna put you guys.
Hell yeah. Where do we go from here?
Well, we need to go get that horse head for Poopy Pants, so we can
unicorn horn?
travel. No, he needs the.
Oh,
yeah.
Dick pincher
Yeah.
or shit pincher.
Ship venture.
Whatever his name is.
Crappy claw.
Even tinier
Clapper
cat. There we
Claw
go.
Needs a stag skull as his head
So
that Agden had, so we need to go back and get the skull from his pile that we never saw.
we gotta go back to where we were. So
Gotta go back to
tabletop
go
real
forward.
quick. None of us actually know that Kieran got what he lost, right? Like we just know we went upstairs.
Yeah, and he got
He told Abigail that he knows where his brother is.
Okay.
You don't know what he actually got. You just know that he knows where his brother is.
Okay.
The only other thing you do know is that he was pretty obviously reading a book.
That I had found earlier.
Yeah.
Did the book actually have words in it, or it was just like a spell that zoomed into my head?
The pages of the book are blank.
Cool.
But it looked like you were reading a book.
Now Toast Tabletop, are you going to like
Kill you all? Probably. I mean, what?
Well, yes.
leave him in the swamp? He's fine. He got what he needed.
Good. My brother in darkness.
Now, when whatever the fuck you're doing, with this whatever memory thing, because you said your accent faded, so I'm gonna assume that's something that's going on with you personally. Are you gonna be very clear when that messes up? Then.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't speak like I haven't been speaking in the posh accent the entire time. So when his voice inflection changes, I will let you know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'll put you back there. Are you guys doing anything else in Downfall? Or are you gonna make your way?
That's why.
What are we doing?
That's why
Are we
I
doing
asked
anything about this king?
No.
I believe all we need to do.
I think she was okay with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our buddies in the house. They want anarchy.
Yeah, I mean, Oz truly doesn't give a shit because that guy's just a weird bureaucrat too. But honestly, like,
I mean, we got
Listen.
there's something
I
to
don't-
complete here if we wanted to complete it.
The only
I
thing I,
feel
want to do
like-
is these alligators are pissing me off.
You want to start a fight here?
No,
Oh my
I
God.
don't. I've already started a fight on accident.
Let's go, crocodiles! You're gonna fucking
my God.
die.
Those alligators are pissing me off.
Cat really needs a new leather vest. So
It's
she
about
would
this
love a
time.
crocodile vest.
Also, by the way, you guys watch as you hear a ruckus to the west. As a cord snaps and this balloon goes flying off into the sky.
Abigail just watches it. Is Oz actually laughing right now?
you just see and you hear, oh no! The balloon starts to go.
Abigail goes, man, that's a strike of bad luck right there.
You hear like Oz like cracking up, like
That's
trying
what
to
I
like
was
keep it under
wondering.
control, but he's just like
Cat's close enough.
laughter,
He's like,
cracking.
Oz, did you do that?
Oh my god, Oz, did
What?
you do that?
No,
Oz,
that wasn't me.
you're among
I'm gonna have to
friends.
call bullshit.
Make a deception check with disadvantage on this. Because you are actively laughing.
Oh!
Yeah, I mean, he's already, double twos. Yeah, he for sure did this.
oh, Oz.
Oz, that's not very nice.
Oz. You're just a hot mess sometimes. I feel like
Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah, I think we need to leave this place. They can figure out their own shit, but we got stuff to find. So,
Wow.
yeah, They can just figure out their own frog shit.
Are we taking
Good thing we
crap
didn't
or
need to
claw
rush out of
tests?
here in a hurry and need that for an escape. That would have been terrible.
That would have been terrible. Yeah.
Why would we? What? Oh.
You know, if we started to fight with alligators and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Abigail
And
looks
then
at
the
the
whole camp
alligators.
turned on us, you know.
Alligators are the termites of the world.
One other thing you guys do also notice is the storm balloon that was in the northeast is gone.
We're in danger.
Oh, you said that was Charm's car, right?
Yeah, that was Charm's balloon. You learned that from Bavlorna.
We'll find
Okay.
it later.
Damn it, that's the one I should have cut loose.
Yeah, win some, lose some.
Shouldn't
I'll
we
just
go
have to
grab
keep. We'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Crapper Claw and take him to this place so we don't have to come back to this place? You know, backtracking.
We can ask him if he wants to come with us.
Abigail yells.
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Claw!
What is this?
She goes up to the edge of this. Go to this one. There we go. Mr. Claw!
Okay, it's 90 feet away. Go ahead and we'll call this. We're just gonna call it an intimidation check as you're shouting across the
I have
the lake.
proficiency in that. Oh, that doesn't mean I get to roll it with advantage, right? It just means I have proficiency in it.
Yeah, you just get the proficiency bonus, which is +2. You shout across the lake. You don't think he noticed.
Oh, stupid. This water's disgusting. I'm not going through it. I know bad
It's pretty
things.
gross.
We
Because there's
do
also a lot of
have-
mist
Oh.
surrounding this cottage, so you can't quite even see where he's at. You're just shouting in the mist.
Okay. So even if he did hear it, he's like, what the hell? Was our boat? Our boat was around there.
It was over here.
Guys, do you mind if I just steal this?
Blech.
Well, we all need to go across, but we had a few boats. I thought we had like 3 of them.
Yeah, there's a couple boats there.
Okay.
They're not depicted on the map because it's just part of them.
What was and then
Possible
this
me
is
to jump into one.
10 feet. Okay, so it does do it. That's not gonna work.
If you want to just go to him, I'll just bring you over there.
Yeah, no, that works. I didn't want to leave anyone behind because we only have the boat.
All right, so you guys are gonna go to Clapperclaw.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
So you guys just kind of return. No other stops around the way. Just going over there.
Avoid the balloon.
Beeline as per usual.
All right, you guys beelined up here. Clapperclaw is still. He's kind of sitting with his wooden feet splayed out as he's looking over the mist.
Hey. And I poke
Oh gods, it's you, the killer.
Oh God.
The killer?
I don't really like
Yes.
that name.
Remember, you're the murderer of Agden Longscarf, and you stole his shadow.
I mean, he
Okay,
did
I
attack
can do
us.
something really
so-
cool. Watch, and I jump. Now watch
What?
again.
Yes, Agden Longscarf could do that. I guess you keep what you kill.
Ooh. He
You
does
are
those
what you
things
eat.
too.
I
That's
mean,
crazy. I'm gonna
yeah.
have to look into that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
we're
you
gonna
keep
go
what
back
you
to your
kill.
camp.
I learned that from a movie.
What's a movie?
It's. Do you know who Riddick is?
Oh my god. No, what's a movie?
Or maybe you'll find out one day. They watch them all the time on crystal balls here in the Feywild.
That's crazy.
I watched that. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yes, the Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, it was the best.
What a
You keep what you kill. It's what the guy says.
Yep. Me sitting on that
Yeah.
throne. Oh yes, with those
Oh
goggles.
yes.
On. Oh.
Yes.
Abigail crosses
He's
her arms
ripped.
and she's waiting
He's
as they
ripped.
keep going, yes, yes, back and forth.
Yeah.
She's like crossing her arms.
Knowingly. Anyway,
Are
what do you
done?
need?
I wanted to know if you wanted to come with us to get your dang darn head.
Go with you? No.
Head.
We have to go there, then come all the way back. You are a very inconvenient person.
I mean, if you want to go to thither, you're going to have to come back here anyway.
Oh, is there like a little portal here?
Sure.
I squint my eyes at him.
He has a gourd for a head. You cannot read anything on his face.
Why do we have to come back here? Like specifically?
Because this would be the closest place to enter thither from.
Well, closest, like, if we were where we get that pick up the head, is it farther away or?
You have a map?
I do.
Go to the map real quick. Back to Hitler. He'll point with his little gourd hand. Oh, let me get rid of this group. I'm just gonna put the new group up here. There we go. We're here. The Brigand's Tollway is there. And the entry to thither is thither.
Oh, that is really far away. Okay.
Yes.
I think that makes sense, yeah.
Now, if you were going to yawn, well, that would be a different story.
Well,
Just
where's
kidding.
where's Skabatha?
Actually,
She's
my
got-
bad. I reversed the curse. Never mind. I'll go with you. I'm a little forgetful.
Did are your pumpkin seeds rattling in your head? Is that what you're drying up?
You do hear a rattling sound in his
Yeah.
head, and he goes, "All right, let me try this again. We're
You need to
here.
moisturize.
The Brigand's Tollway is here. That leads you to yawn. Thither's that way."
So does it matter which way we go first?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Where do you want to go?
I
we only
want
knew how to get to
Skabatha.
Thither.
I think thither.
I mean, you
then.
could. Yeah, you could go to thither on your own, but I don't know exactly how to get there. I mean, thither I know where to get to, but yawn is a different story.
You guys want?
Look, if you really want me to go with you, I'll go with you. Technically speaking, I was wrong. We should go east from the Brigand's Tollway.
Okay, then yeah, you can come with us.
I don't really want to, though, because you're a murderer, is the thing.
But it's just her. She's just the murderer.
Is she? The gourd kind of spins and looks at the rest of you.
She gives one of those big anime innocent eye, like the big eyes, like I'm not a murderer.
Well, Kieran definitely isn't a murderer. He
Yeah, neither is us.
He's the guy that can't even beat up a rabbit. He says like, listen, they are quite reformed. They are in the process of learning to be better, and it's something that I'm helping them with. I've been guiding Abigail to shut up and make good decisions. It's a work in progress, but we're getting there.
All right.
I say, and I will also like to make sure that we get the right head, and I'd rather not waste time.
That's a good point. Make a persuasion check. Very well. I will accompany you.
Great.
Rattle, rattle, rattle.
Let's go. I think you need to moisturize a little bit. Just maybe dump your head in the water, or so. I don't know what you do. Maybe not that water right there. That water might be bad. Or just dump a
Yes,
water
it
skin
sounds
over your gourd.
gross. No, thank you. Good God, that would be terrible.
It's also got
Good
fire.
gourd.
Good gourd. Good
Good
gourd.
I'll also say after Kieran did his little persuasive speech there, if you're looking at him, you'll see him kind of rub his chest under his throat, kind of like he thinks, not like it's hurting, but like he's not used. He feels like how you feel when you try to do like a fake accent and you're just like, yeah, that kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit. He just kind of does that tiny gesture.
On we go.
Abigail's so suspicious of Kieran right now.
Let me delete this group again so I can just add
Yeah,
a new
us
guy.
too. Fucking, yeah, suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
We've got some
Fully
fish.
suspicious.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the Brigand's Tollway. Boop, 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 boop.
Good times.
We're back, bitches.
Noticeably empty.
I wonder why.
Actually, let me go back
Very.
to the normal. Because you were out of that place, we are back to this track for the rest of hither. As you journey on, jaunty tune in your hearts. You guys will arrive back.
Yes.
Yeah, so you guys all come back down here. You see, the tree that leads up, and then the pile of goods to go investigate.
Well, let's go get that head. She starts climbing up the tree.
That's what she said.
Go get this head.
Cat,
You guys
that's
go-
just dirty.
You go to get some head.
What? I heard my mom say it all the time.
Oh my. That distracted me.
All right, I'll pull you guys all up here. Yeah, go ahead and give me some investigation checks. You guys arrive. You begin to search through all the garbage that is up here. The rotting corpse of Agden Longscarf lays on the wood,
We just left
as well,
him there.
as
I
well
think
as
Dr.
the other
SpongeBob.
corpses of the Harengon that you killed. You see Barry's kind of looking over and goes, ugh. I don't know. Should we kick those bodies in the water or something?
I feel like
Do
we
you guys
should.
do rituals? Do you bury your dead, or do you dance around the dead bodies while you set them on fire and you're like, fire?
What do you
Watch
mean,
them
you
burn?
guys?
I mean, that's what I'll do. Set them on fire.
I mean, we could.
I have a
Can
really
I
good
fuck?
dancing.
Yeah,
Can I set them on fire?
Go for it. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, good sweet. Cat works on gathering the bodies while everyone's doing their thing.
All right.
yeah. I'll tell
So,
him.
so instead of all right, so we'll resolve the investigation check before you guys run off to collect corpses.
No, and that second investigation of mine, that's a 20. That's I don't know if I hit the button twice, but that's not legit. So.
Oh, I see.
Because
You rolled three.
the three,
Okay.
yeah, the 3 was the right one. I don't know. If I hit it again.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Kieran, were you going to investigate as well, or no?
He's preoccupied. He's
Olivia
like,
will
how
help
hard
with
could
the
a
investigation.
skull be to find? But
Hey, there's the 8 to go with the 3s.
Oh no.
Ordained. So, Kat, you're distracted by this line of questioning as to rituals that the Harengon have. Barry doesn't seem to know of any rituals, and you are like, can we burn the bodies? And he's like, sure, whatever, I don't fucking care. So you're more concerned about that as you're looking around to make sure the bodies are there that you could burn them. So you start looking for shit that's burnable in the pile. Abigail, the way Kat's ripping through the pile completely distracts you. And she's looking for not what you guys are actually looking for and other shit to burn things.
I was distracted
Um,
by her saying that her parents like to suck dick a lot, so it's fine.
that was also a little off-putting, yeah.
What?
But Oz, you find two things. One is something you're looking for, the other is something you didn't want to see.
Oh.
The first thing you find in the pile is indeed the proper skull for Clapperclaw. You present it over to him, and he's like, "Oh, well, thank you kindly," and he just punches off the gourd off the top of his body, and it just dips into the pile of shit that's there, and he just kind of leans over for you to put the head back on him.
All right, he does it.
You put it back on, and he just adjusts it. And it has no. It's a skull. It has no other features. It just a couple like little dim blue lights that appear in the eyes. And he goes, "Oh, well, thank you kindly." And as you are doing that, you look down, and you see a shadow. And I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Jesus fucking Christ. Here we go.
Jesus, Ricky.
You almost immediately lose your cool as you see a shadow that you know you've seen before. You are about to pull your blade to stab it, but you stay your hand to not look like an insane person, more so than you already have. And you look to the feet of this shadow, and you see Lydia.
He like looks up at Lydia and like stares into her eyes, like trying to like inciting checking her basically.
Go ahead, roll an insight.
Loving the natural 20s tonight.
For real.
This calls for change of scenery.
Oh no.
Good.
Your muddled brain, Oz. So many revelations tonight that only you guys, only your characters know. It's great. Again, Oz, the burst of the monochrome. Everything turns black. Everything halts for you. You stare at this woman, frozen in time. And you hear a familiar voice. Well, well, well. Looks like you never finished the job, Oz.
Good to see you again.
Loose ends are popping up all around you. You need to take better care.
You do not control me.
You see as the shadow grows and stretches far beyond this tree, and it seems in the distance on a mountain, the shadow forms up it, gargantuan, looking towards you. Don't die.
He says, "No, you don't."
If that's what you think, Oz, you know this woman.
Yeah.
And
He's been trying to figure it out.
with those words, you snap back to the color of the world. Well, thank you so much for returning my head to me. I suppose I can take you all the way to thither.
But first, Abigail runs down here and kicks this body into the mire.
You kick Agden Longscar's body down into the muck. Make a strength check for me.
So, question.
Yeah.
Quick question. So, both Kieran and Oz have a previous connection to Lydia.
Above board? It seems so.
It seems so. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that, like, you had, like, there was a similar thing that happened with Kieran and Lydia, and then now Oz and Lydia.
Yeah. For whatever reason, you each individually recognize this person.
Okay. Okay.
But you know your deal. There are holes that you're not sure.
Right.
But yeah, with the one strength, you go to kick the body. You kick into it. You crack the ribs open as the body's decayed, and your boot kind of just slops into the corpse.
Disgusting.
Abigail, what are you doing? We're supposed to gather them to burn them.
Come on,
Glomito.
Glomito.
No.
Well, this
Fire.
one is definitely too rotten to pick up.
Glomito starts chewing on his foot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't do that, Kit Kat. Oh, that's disgusting.
Cat goes and drags the other
Good
bodies
boy.
over to the pile towards homeboy by Abigail.
All right, let me grab them for you. Not too hard for you to do. You kind of just take the route, dragging them through the water to avoid the pit spikes that are still hanging out.
Yeah.
I will say also, you guys, looking around this area, do you find the rest of these things so that they're not a danger to you? There you go. Those are all the locations of pit spikes.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so had the combat continued with Agden, he would have tried to kite you around the board.
Awesome. I think he had been running up that way too.
He was.
If I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got him where he is right there. So he was like heading for this track, basically.
All right. Cat's
but
like,
yeah,
step
you can.
back. Yeah, she's gonna light them all on fire.
As you flop a corpse, Glomito moves out of the way.
She just gets a little like crazy gleam in her eyes as she watches the fire build.
You like it too, huh? The flames.
They're just so mesmerizing. She completely ignores the smell of burning flesh.
Burning flesh, burning fur.
I was gonna say, like, Abigail.
Barry over here, like, just watching.
Holy shit, they're crazy. Lydia comes down and warms her hands over the fire.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, that's fucking brutal.
Do you want to say, oh yeah, that would be the nice thing to say, Barry. Do you want to say the word?
No, this is weird. I'm good.
These beings fought bravely, but they lost. May their bodies ever...
They hid and ran.
That's true. They did hit and run. They got what they deserved, and now they're burning.
They suffered the fate of cowards.
It's a beautiful fire. Ah.
Amen.
This is so... Amen. And then she stokes the fire a little bit more and she just puts it tries to get it to burn even higher.
Yeah.
Burn!
While they're trying to make a raging bonfire down there out of corpses, Kira and Barry looks at you and goes, holy shit, these people are crazy.
Oh my god.
Warm, isn't it? The burning corpses of these Haragons are incredibly toasty.
It's like
it sure is.
He, Kieran will go, yes, that they are quite crass individuals. He just walks over here. And he
Hey,
says,
buddy. He kind of whispers to you for a moment and kind of gestures to come back.
Wait, Barry did?
It's a power
Yeah.
move.
Okay.
And he kind of leans in and he whispers to you, what was the deal with the Blake book, dude?
It was my deal. He walks away.
All right. Be cryptic about it.
Edgy.
What an edgelord. Holy shit.
All right. Cat walks away from the fire reluctantly. He's like, "Okay, we got to go."
Should
to
we find more
dinner now."
corpses, Cat?
Wow, I would love to watch this fire get bigger, but we
I
do.
bet if we dig through the swamp, we could find some.
I feel
We
like
might,
burning
yep.
corpses on a bridge was not a good idea.
Yeah, the
It's
bridge is
probably
like
gonna-
burning through into like the trunk of the wood of the tree.
Like, I'm really ready for. I think that Smokey's bear is going to come out pretty soon and tell me not to start forest fires. So,
Hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? What the hell?
Oh my god, that's perfect. Hey, Barry, if there's anything that you want, I'm really good with wood. I'm gonna say this place is gonna go up in fire in about an hour. So grab whatever you think you need because it's not gonna be here anymore in an hour.
You
I
look
don't know. I
down
might go
and
out
you
with
see
in the.
Lydia's down there. She pulled a shovel out of her pack and is smashing the bodies with the shovel to put the
What
fire
the-
out.
What the fuck? Lydia,
Might have
that's
better
not,
luck just using
Lydia, that's not
the
how you
water.
stop a fire. You need to suffocate it. You can't
Oh,
just
good point.
slap it with a shovel.
She throws the shovel into the fire and then pulls out a blanket.
No, don't. Oh, Lydia, stop. Just walk away from the fire. The water is going to put it out. If there's water surrounding this muck, it will put
Oh.
itself out.
That's a good point. I was just trying to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. How about we get to there?
There's
I
a
would
shovel
really,
burning in the.
I would really like to get my amulet back.
Yeah, Abigail.
Well-
Abigail she'll like kind of chop it because she knows it's gonna go into the water. So she like cuts it off here and then cuts it off here. So there's no wood.
All right, make for me a strength check. I'll give you advantage because this is like your deal, Mrs. Lumberjack.
This is like your deal.
I am a fucking lumberjack. Can't remember.
Fucking expert.
I'm just saying Jeffrey's name should have been Paul Bunyan.
You miss.
It should have been Paul. But it's
well, it was the nat
Maybe-
20. You expertly carve out the wood, ensuring that this fire will just safely slough off into the swamp water. There'll be no issues whatsoever. As you are doing it, you actually cut into a piece of the walkway, and you hit what appears to be a false board. And as you pull the board loose, you see a small leather satchel.
Ooh.
I finished my work. I grabbed the satchel, finish my work, and then come up here and open it.
As you pull open the satchel, go ahead and roll me a D100.
A pair of socks.
I'm so excited.
Dirty
It's
socks.
another satchel.
It's another
My God.
My God.
It's a nesting
in the
satchel.
Matrochka satchel.
85. Oh, I wanted to go to this chart here. Here. Use one. Roll me a D8, please. Okay. You open it up and you see what appears to be a potion inside of it.
Dope.
Can I tell what kind of potion?
Either an Arcana or medicine check.
Potion.
It appears to be a like crimson liquid that pulses with a dull light.
Bloodlust potion.
Man, everyone's just critting their pants tonight.
You're the
I know,
local
right?
wizard
Right.
here.
Literally,
Unfortunately-
barbarian. The lumberjack barbarian gets a nat 20 on the
anything
Arcana
on
check.
wood, it's just so
Every
funny.
single time.
Everything wood, I crit. It's like the dice just know.
You realize one of the sister wives at the commune, the compound they call it sometimes. They were an alchemist, and you remember learning a little bit about potions and things there. You didn't always listen, so you don't know a lot about potions, but you've seen a potion like this before. One that definitely is useful, a potion of vitality. When you drink the potion, it removes any exhaustion you are suffering and cures any disease or poison affecting you. And for the next 24 hours after drinking it, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit dice you spend.
Okay.
That's nice.
Potion of
Hell yeah.
Vitality. That's on D&D Beyond.
Okay, I grabbed that.
Unfortunately, the reward for the nat 20 was this item, so you won't get a bonus nat 20.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is that. I'll say, in the future, if you have another check regarding a potion and what it might do, just write down that you'll have an advantage on a check to like determine what a potion does in the future.
Advantage on potion. Okay.
Just because you spend a little more time with this one sister wife.
She's my favorite.
That's the great thing about them, as I can just refer to them nebulously.
You have 26 of them to choose from, so.
Exactly.
It was Angelica.
Angelica?
Yeah,
We're going with
Angelica.
Angelica.
Mhm.
You write
Yeah.
that down, and you remind me if I ever
Mhm.
bring it up again.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what you find. Potion of Vitality.
Thank you.
OP, OP, OP.
Bullshit.
Thank
Bullshit,
you.
bullshit.
He has a sister wife for every ability.
I know, right?
That's why I said he has
more
26 to
or
choose.
less. More or less.
most
Every
of
one of
those-
them was.
From what it seems like, most of those sister wives were in fact wizards or sorcerers, and like literally just did like ridiculous amounts of magic around her,
One was a
and she just
historian.
absorbed
Thank
it by
you.
vicariously.
It's
It-
cult.
Plenty of wizards are historians, my friends.
Yeah, true.
That is like a main wizard hobby, is being a historian.
But as you guys have this and you're up here, you've gotten what you were looking for. Lydia is going to say, maybe we should rest before we head off.
Yes.
Yes, familiar lady. Perhaps
Love
we
that.
should.
What?
I said, of course we should rest, silly. What'd you think I said?
Make a deception check. All right. You beat your passive. She goes, sorry, I thought I heard something weird. People are being weird today.
That's just us. You know how we are. We just do things sometimes.
I feel
Yeah,
like our group
I get
name
it.
is the Weirdos.
You're pretty normal. She looks at you.
Oh my god, you're so sweet. I think I don't know.
You're just a psychotic killer.
Oh well, there it is. Yep, there it is. I am.
That's normal.
Abigail gets actually a little tense when she says this and goes, I am just trying to protect you guys. Why don't you understand this?
Yeah, it's great.
Abigail storms off.
Why does she think that's an insult? She's crazy.
Oz goes over and tries to calm Abigail down. Like, look, you're just you have a lot of strength, you know, but that intimidates some people. It's okay. You're a good person.
I hope I am, but sometimes I just feel like people are digging at me because oh my god, Kieran went down to the good bed again. What a selfish brat.
He's already there.
I'm so used to protecting my sisters and Jeffrey, and it's just
And
I want
Jeffrey.
to protect you guys, and I just feel like, I mean, I get bullied for it. It's not my fault that I'm super strong and beautiful and good at what I do.
Yeah,
Kieran will pop
that's not
out because he
that's not
heard
your
the
fault.
conversation. He'll be like, "No, he never mind. He gives up."
I'm just I'm
It's
like
like he
40
comes
feet
out and
away.
goes,
He's like,
uh,
"No, you're not."
You see him walk, and then he turns around. He's like,
puts
and
the
no.
finger up and goes, no, it's not worth it. No. Look right back
Nope,
in.
no. Not today, Satan.
What
Not
the
today.
fuck are
What's
you
going on?
rousing out the fridge?
Yeah, this is all the char marks from the corpses.
Oh, okay. So we know.
All right, so we have we got Clapperclaw has his head. All right, so we did that. We don't care about the Bollywog King, and so we're off to thither.
Are you guys going to set up a watch for the evening?
Yeah.
I
Abigail
think Kieran will probably go first because he's still kind of racked from his earlier experience, so he can't quite go to sleep yet. But he'll most likely pass out at some point.
Yeah, Oz is not sleeping tonight. He is pacing the perimeter of this place.
Oh, so you're going to go through exhaustion again?
Yes, indeed.
Understood.
I was exhaustion last time, right?
I
Yes, you did.
will warn you above board. Well, I guess if it's what Oz would do, it's what Oz would do.
It's what Oz would do. There's consequences. There's consequences.
Did you not take a long rest last time?
He did. He took damage from a tree.
Okay,
Yep.
I was saying, because I know I didn't take a long rest the first time, but I plan on resting this time.
All right, so Oz is planning on staying up. Kieran, you said you were going to take first watch. Oz apparently says he's going to be up all night, but you can also take a watch. Anyone would want to do second watch with Oz stamping around?
Cat can do second watch with him.
Stomp.
Abigail needs rest.
All right. No watch for Abigail. I guess Lydia will take the last watch for your group.
Familiar lady.
Stairs. So, Kieran, go ahead and give me perception check for your watch. You may as well, Oz.
Okay.
And we're gonna go ahead and just
A speck rears its ugly head.
Karma's coming back at you after 4 crits.
Yeah, you got all those crits now.
I have crit karma coming back at me.
Anti-crit.
just so evening track for you guys.
Okay.
It seems it's getting dark in this realm. Oz, you're kind of obsessively pacing, bothered by this odd revelation. Your eyes keep glancing towards the tent where Lydia sleeps. Kieran, you are up during this watch, and you see it's like this is kind of the first time. The time in this realm is odd. This is the first time you've seen kind of like a nightscape. over this swamp. And you see as the like the fog and the mist kind of settles a bit, and all around this large tree is actually quite a beautiful sight. You see all these little fairy lights, like little lights dancing in the distance. From the perspective, it'd be like seeing fireflies that are nearby. But you immediately get the idea that these are the will-o-wisps of the wells.
Interesting.
It's a kind of odd, somber, but beautiful thing to see because you know these are the spirits of people who passed. But nothing else of interest seems to happen during your watch.
Is this an open-sided tent or like a full-on tent? Like, is this a canopy thing or an actual tent?
It's a full-on tent.
Okay, so nobody can see inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so after he was looking around, looking at stuff, he goes in here and sits down. He just sits on the bed. He's fighting internally with the information that he got. He doesn't want to accept it, but he feels like he has to. But he's looking at his hands. He's taken off his gloves, and a bit of the information, knowing what he is. He looks at his hands and concentrates, and they turn blue because he was trying to mimic Oz. And then they turn back. And he just kind of gets a like a shiver down his spine, like in disbelief, because in his mind, he is still a Blackwood, but now he knows he is also not.
Your watch goes on. Nothing else occurs. Eventually, Kat, were you sleeping outside?
Yeah.
You realize it's time to wake Kat up, as you're getting very tired.
He goes and looks in the knot tent and just gently wraps her on the shoulder.
Is it my turn?
Wow.
The cat's been meowing all night long.
Wow.
Hi, kitty. She pets the cat.
Yeah,
Make an animal handling check.
Mm-hmm.
Going to bed.
Now that it's like with one of your companions, it seems to have relaxed, so you're able to pet it. You see Selfar has woken up, looks at you, and gives you eyes like, "What the heck?"
Don't worry, buddy. Let's sit down and it's our turn to do watch. So let me catch you up on everything that's happened.
The first thing you notice, Kat, is Oz is still awake. Without any sort of check, he looks like he's been up since Kieran's been up.
Oz, get over here.
What?
Dude, you need to go to sleep.
No.
Why are you not sleeping?
I've seen things. I've seen many things.
Do you see dead people?
Yes. Yeah, we all see dead. We've killed many people, Kat. There's
You haven't killed anybody.
Abigail turns over and smiles.
Listen.
Listen,
I have a cat
Linda.
now. I have a cat now.
You do have a cat now. You do. What's his name?
Can you talk to him, and his name is Gloam, to my knowledge. But can you ask him if that's what he wants to be called?
Yeah, hold on a second. She casts Speak with Animals.
All right, you cast Speak with Animals, and you go to speak to Gloam.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what's up, my friend?
Ah, well, hello there, friend.
So, our really great hag friend said your name was Gloam, but Oz here, who is that what you like to be called, though? Oz would like me to ask you that.
You see that it sits in a very, sits up in a very proper, proud stance and says, I do like my name, yes.
Okay. This is my friend so far. She points to her squirrel.
Yes, it looks quite delicious.
Yeah, friends are not food, okay? So,
You see his little ears kind of go down a little bit.
I know. We will hunt you down food if you need to, but I think you're a pretty self-sufficient cat. But just don't
Yes, I
touch
had
him,
some
okay?
of the Herringham corpse. It was
Yeah,
good.
it was good. I guess it was pretty good roasted, huh? Did you put any sauce on it, like barbecue sauce?
Very
But
much
it's
so.
really good with that sriracha sauce. But yeah, if you could just leave my friend.
Sriracha.
Oh, it's the best stuff in the world. It's so spicy, gives you a little bit of a stomach ache, but that's okay. Just don't touch my friend though, okay? But are you gonna be hanging out with us for a while?
As long as it pleases me, yes.
As long as it pleases you, okay. Which hag were you with again? No, Baklava. I know that's not her name.
Lona.
I know that's not her name. I know you were with her, but I forgot what the name of the mistress you were before that.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me double check.
Actually, also something above board. Something above board. Does Oz want to go to sleep, or is he just unable to, or is he purposefully staying up?
Oz is unable to go to sleep. His mind is
But does he want to go to sleep?
It's not occurring to him. He's so upset, not upset, but kind of panicked and kind of just overwhelmed with the knowledge he's received that he can't go to sleep.
I'd say, since we're still in shift, are we still in the shift change thing, or has it been some time already?
This was immediately during the shift change. So
5
you kind
minutes.
of hear some conversation. But as you're coming back out, Gloam just looks to you, Catelyn, and goes, Endalyn. She is the one who brought me here. She's quite interesting.
She's the one that's all focused on the future. Do you think you could help my friend go to sleep? Because he's a little bit antsy. Unless Kieran, can you do something about this? Because otherwise, I'm gonna bop him on the back of the head. I can't do this all night.
Kieran is like, Oz, would you like to rest? You look a bit disheveled.
Rest.
Gloam climbs up onto your shoulder and puts his paw on your face.
There's no time to rest.
The cat looks like it wants you to rest, my friend. Lay down. I can help.
I will keep poking his face. Maybe it will work.
He's not gonna stop clawing at your face if you don't go to sleep. You're gonna have pockmarks all over your face. Listen, it's you either let Kieran help you or I'm gonna whack you on the back of the head. One of those things is gonna happen.
Oz takes the forcing advice of his friends, and he goes and fitfully lays down in this tent here with Gloam.
And Kieran will just cast sleep on him, I guess.
Cast sleep.
Or do you attempt to resist the slumber at all, Kieran or Oz?
No, he doesn't purposely. He barely notices it. To be honest,
I
he
will-
probably just falls asleep.
Yeah, you hit the little bedroll that's in there, and Kieran, as you raise your hand, cast sleep. You realize he's already.
I meant he probably falls asleep because of the spell. The spell hits him. He doesn't know that the spell hits him. But
Okay.
Yeah.
The spell, it hits him, and it only lasts for a minute, but it's enough to put him into the sleep that he doesn't wake up.
Well, Kieran's like, well, that's done. I'll leave you to your watch then.
Yeah. Thank you, Kieran.
He says
That
that
was gonna-
in a different voice as he walks away.
Mhm. Did you notice that his voice sounded different so far? I'm telling you, he
Who are you talking to?
Hmm?
He's talking to our squirrel. He goes,
She's talking to her squirrel. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, a little bit odd, don't you think?
Yeah. Like one minute he's like Mr. Posh Sophistication. I'm from, the city, and then next minute he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
You
So
want me
I don't.
to keep an eye on the rabble rouser?
Not maybe when we're. Yeah, you just keep an eye on him.
All right, you got it, Cat. I'll go ahead and keep my eyes on him.
Okay.
And you see the squirrel bounds off towards the tent. He's a little bit of a private eye, almost.
What's his
Right.
Dick Tracy?
A dick, you say?
A little private dick.
A little private
Dick
dick.
squirrel. He loves nuts.
Oh
There's
no.
too much dick sucking going on around here.
It's very phallic.
Slaps the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh my god, I love it.
Damn.
We'll get you a little squirrel stat block later, and we'll get a little token for him. But
Now he's on my shoulder.
give me a perception check. I like to imagine that he's got like a little detective hat on.
Yeah.
That's
He looks like Chip and Dale.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Perfect.
But more Chip than Dale.
More
Exactly.
Chip. Yeah, there was definitely more Chip.
You got it, Cat.
He's got his aviator
Yo.
jacket on too.
Keep my eyes on this ne'er-do-well.
Oh my god.
It's so great.
But yeah, go ahead and give me your perception
Oh,
check
sorry.
for the watch. A 17. You gaze upon the very same sight that Kieran saw. A beautiful fairy light swamp. Nothing catches your eye as sinister or going to disturb you here. It's up to you if you do anything during the watch or just kind of enjoy the atmosphere of the evening.
Kat just goes through some like training exercises that she learned from home, some exercises with her quarterstaff, and just practicing moves, because you never know when someone's going to come fight them.
You
And
wow
she
chip
just
into a crab and do Crab Maga.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. And she walks by Barry's thing, make sure he's not up to any good, no good. Looks like he's asleep. That's good.
Yeah, he's like
maybe.
sprawled out, like completely hair and gone, splayed all over the because he's not a man, he's a herringon, so it's a herringon. He's
He's a herring spline. And then this bonfire's going. So once she's done with her stuff, she's just gonna just keep by the fire and watching the flames, and then just keeping an eye on everything.
All right. The one other thing you notice as you kind of watch the fire is you see a shooting star.
She makes a wish, but she keeps it to herself.
Very good. The rest of your watch goes by, and eventually it comes to a time where you realize you're going to have to get some rest.
Whose turn was it after mine?
Lydia.
I forgot.
Lydia.
She gets real close up to Lydia, like awkwardly close next to her face, and scoots down. She's like, Lydia.
Her eyes snap open. And it's like she grabs her mace that's on the side and sees you and goes, "Oh, Cat.
Wakey, wakey.
That time already, huh?"
It's that time. Just don't kill
She's
anybody, okay?
She looks at you and she goes, "Why would I kill anybody?
I don't know. I'm gonna go take a sleep now. Bye.
Do you hate me, cat?" She asks
No,
as
I
you
love
start
you very
walking away.
much.
Okay.
You make
And
me laugh. And then she goes to sleep.
all right. She will do her watch.
Very perceptive.
Yes.
You guys are all sleeping, so I'm going to give her advantage on this.
Mm.
Is
So,
Clapperclaw asleep? Does he sleep?
You don't know. Neither does she. He's just kind of been sitting there. What's everyone's passive perception?
Well, I'm sleeping, so I would say 0, maybe.
Yeah,
Passive perception
I'm
still
also
is.
sleeping.
Oh,
Passive
really?
perception still counts for while sleeping.
Interesting.
Mine's 16.
13.
You can still be
16.
startled awake and stuff like that. 10 for Oz.
All right. Yeah, she rolled very high for her. So no one would notice.
Interesting.
If Barry is dead when I wake up, I'm gonna be having some fucking words.
Well, actually, that's a good point.
No, it's not a
About
good
Barry.
point. You didn't think of it. He's alive.
All she has to do is snap his neck and throw him in the fire pit.
Roll a d20. A little bit of a luck check here. All right. So, the next day comes. You guys all awaken, having had your bargain with Bavlorna. And you all achieve a long rest, and you level up to level 4.
Holy shit.
Yay! Woohoo!
Who had a 16? Who was above 16 passive perception?
Mine was 16.
Okay. And no one else, correct?
Mine was just 13.
Catalin, as you're leaving the tent that you decided to go into, you see an odd little symbol carved on the ground.
No, hold on a second. Let me bounce back over here.
What was that?
I was gonna investigate it.
Give me either a Arcana or History check.
Okay. We'll do Arcana this time.
This is like a protective ward. It looks like a symbol that's a symbol of protection outside of your tent.
She steps outside the tent. She looks at Lydia.
Yeah, she's just
Did
kind
you-
of sitting and kicking her feet over the ledge.
Lydia.
She looks back to you, and she goes, "Do what?"
Well, when I went to bed, this thing wasn't here, but now there is this protection thingy.
She stands up and dusts herself off, and just kind of walks over and goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy."
I know, but if you did, thank you. I appreciate it, and I love you too. To give Buzz a little kiss.
Adorable.
And as you point out the ward, Kieran, you see one in front of your tent. Abigail, you see one in front of yours. There's one in front of yours. There's one in front of Barry's.
Oh, that definitely wasn't Lydia.
And
Definitely.
Barry walks out.
How's Gloam walk out?
I walk out.
You can make an insight cat. Check to be Blight cat.
Okay. So once I get my my computer just did something. Let's see, insight. There we go.
I'm gonna roll something privately. You pick up from what Lydia says dismissively, that she's lying about knowledge of these symbols.
Okay.
But Barry wakes up and goes, all right, so we're on our way to, what, thither?
That's where we're going.
Yep.
Kieran walks over here and he's like, yes, that's where we're going. Are you following us?
Yeah, I got nothing to do here. All these guys are dead.
Well, if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you, I guess. It might help to have somebody that's familiar with the surroundings near us.
All right. You guys begin to gather up. And as you guys gather to head on your way, kind of an early warning, the mist rising, as you begin to head your way to thither, you begin kind of walking. Let me take you guys to the map. Pull you guys back to the main map of Hither. You begin to walk, and as you're walking, Lydia will put a hand on Abigail's shoulder for a moment as you guys are getting ready to head out. He goes, hey, can I talk to you real quick?
Of course, sweetheart.
She just kind of waves to the rest of you guys to go on. She goes, we'll catch up. I just want to have a little girl talk.
Abigail looks around what? What's that?
Do you guys linger, or do you let her a private moment with Abigail?
He keeps going.
Oz allows him a private moment. I'm not sure he really pays attention, but he's kind of preoccupied with Gloam, to say the least.
Well,
Kieran's still distracted with his internal dealings, so he's just like, whatever.
Cat hangs back a little bit, but just gives them their space.
As you're kind of with Lydia for a moment, she watches him walk away, and she leans over to you, and she says, Abigail, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry.
Oh, for what, sweetie?
I was pretty mean to you. You seem really upset.
Oh, people have been questioning me about things, and I know that I'm not the most knowledgeable about life, but my sisters are, and I've just learned to protect people, because all I have is my strength and my axe, and I don't know, I just want to protect you guys. It's all I'm good at.
She gives a nod, and she kind of says quietly to you, that's why I like you. You're so honest. You're honest about killing. And then she leans over and then whispers to you, "But one of them isn't." And that is where we will end this session.
No.
Give
found
Cat
it.
head. Give
Yeah.
Oz head.
What she said. No, the first one.
You know the fucking rules. Saturdays are for
Mom-
D&D.
Mommy can only be 20 to 30 minutes late to D&D.
Do you want to have Abigail like maybe throat punch her so she can't talk for a good minute, or? No. You're not gonna finish this conversation. I'm gonna finish this conversation.